on the resume. All right, hope you guys are ready for radio. 5 seconds.
$375 cash back and a free dinner at Rodizio Grill.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Roc. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for
All right, you guys are hot.
Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Good Friday to you, Roc, Manuch, Jax, Connor got you covered here at Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price, Wright Toyota, as we are here till 4 o'clock here every Friday here on the 8th of November. Yes, it is the 8th of November.
Already?
Getting cold. Today, 42 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
A little nippy out there.
Chilly, yeah.
A little nippy at you wouldn't know. It's, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, but it's cold in the morning.
I was up
dude.
at 6:30 this morning.
Doing what? You have slippers on?
The slippers. Put the slippers on. Went to the bathroom real quick. Came back.
Oh, you're a little late.
Yeah.
You normally wait. What time do you normally go? Around 3?
Sometimes I'll wake up at 4:30. Yeah, the first.
I
drink a lot of water when I go to bed.
That's not why. I will tell you though. I just noticed. I'm 56.
Yeah.
And just in the last year, the 3 o'clock thing hits me.
Yeah. It's about.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
After you hit 55, you get that AARP card, and then all of a sudden you take pisses in the middle of the night.
Sometimes, and I'm. They tell you a lot of water in the morning, a lot of water before you go to bed. So I take some supplements and drink a lot of water.
You take supplements at night?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, some say there's certain supplements you want to take that they are good for you while you're sleeping. CBD oil, one of those, as far as that's concerned. But I pump a lot of water, and then I'll wake up 3:34, go to the bathroom, get about 7:30, and here we go.
Here we
go. The rest of the day.
Game on. All right, this is what we got scheduled today. Sean Salisbury is scheduled to join us at 1:30. Before that, remember we used to have, it seems like it's been 20 years ago, we had a hockey team.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
I'm going to check in with the Utah club.
Oh, are you? You did it.
Yes, I'm going to check in, and I'm going to kind of give you an update on some of the players that we used to watch.
Yes.
Because we have not talked any hockey since the season started, basically since they left. So we're going to spend about a few minutes, but kind of get a little, peek into how this team is doing.
Let me ask you, is that kind of like when you break up with somebody, you want to remain friends? Either you break up, move on.
Yeah, you always want to remain friends.
Yeah, okay. So, you
never know when they may come back.
Well, that's it. I think that's
if they come back, that'll be a good thing, right?
So,
if they come back.
We broke up, but we'll still remain friends.
Yeah, you always want to be right. I mean, I could probably, I've been – never mind.
Check in once in a while. How are you?
Doesn't matter what you know is who you know.
That's
so you got to remember that. So we'll do that. We'll also get into last night's game. What a great football game with the Ravens and the Bengals. So we'll dive into a little bit of that too this hour. Also, later on in the show, Eric Moses will join us, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl executive director and the Rape Bowl. Of course, the CFP rankings came out on Tuesday. We'll see how that looks for the Fiesta Bowl. Right now, it would be the winner of Ohio State, Boise State would play BYU. So not a bad matchup.
That's a damn good matchup.
I would love to see BYU, Ohio State. I think that'd be a hot ticket.
Sure would.
Kevin Rowe would join us for his over-unders. I believe they're in Vegas today or yesterday, New Mexico, as they're doing their turkey drive. That started, so we'll get his over-unders. Scott Spreitzer, we got some good games to talk about today with him. Also, we'll have our locks of the week. In hour number 2, we'll hear from Kyler Murray. We will also get into our college football preview for the weekend and the voice of the Ducks for the past 37 years,
long time.
Jerry Allen. And yesterday we were closing the show, And Jimmy B, who's from the Northwest, he's from Oregon, made a comment that, I know Jerry. I know Jerry really well. You got to ask him.
Who doesn't Jimmy B know, Rock?
He was the Oregon Duck mascot before he became the play-by-play guy for the Ducks. He is so wrong on that.
I searched the internet last night.
I got to the end.
Did you get to the end?
I looked everywhere.
I never saw anything about him being the Duck, the mascot of the Oregon Ducks.
37 years ago.
37, or even when he was in college, one way or the other. I'm like,
this guy has a unbelievable upbringing in this industry. Is how he got to the voice of the Ducks.
Yes, he did. So I said, Jimmy, are you sure about that? Yeah. What they tell me? I said, well, who is they?
Yeah, this is the one. This is how we need to call him out in person on Monday.
Yeah,
Jimmy is a journalist, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
they're close.
All these places he said he works, we have no record of.
Wasn't it on the resume that he submitted like 10 years ago?
There's no resume. This was a napkin.
It's funny you said, because I literally last night I'm looking. Jerry Allen, was he the mascot at Oregon? I looked everywhere, anywhere, then some, couldn't find it. So we'll call Jimmy on that and see if he found it. He might have some intel that we don't have though, Rock. Who knows? God forbid Jerry would go, excuse me, what? What are you talking about?
Let's get into the Cardinal game. Some news from the Jets. They're changing kickers.
Saw that.
They released Riley Patterson after one game. Then Andres Carlson from the practice squad they signed. They did that today. But they looks as though they're going to use Spencer Schrader.
Yeah.
Who the hell are any of these three guys?
Well, there's a lot of kickers available out there. And, the one thing that you look at as far as kickers, the one thing that they all have in common, that the kicking as far as the National Football League is getting longer. So guys are becoming more accurate from 50 yards plus.
Did they have Zerline forever?
Yeah, they did.
He's a pretty good kicker.
Yeah, he was.
He's been struggling this year.
But he's having a hard time kicking right, kicking left. He missed a few chip shots. So they probably went, well, let's see how this guy's doing. At some point, you got to just live it down. I remember Butker with the Chiefs struggled his first couple of years. They stuck with him, hit a couple big field goals in the last couple of Super Bowls. But for some of these kickers that are out there, they get the strong legs, but the accuracy for some of these guys has been a little inept for them.
So Cards will host the Jets on Sunday at 2:15 or 2:25, right around there. And of course, we know what's going on with the Cards. They've won 3 straight. They're in the top of the NFC West. They're 5-4. Murray is completing 67.1% of his passes, just over 1,700 yards, 11 touchdowns. He's only thrown 3 picks. And of course, you got he's going to go up against Aaron Rodgers, who has been on a roller coaster ride with the Jets. Not sure what Aaron Rodgers we're going to get on Sunday, but I know a lot of people talking about, it's going to come down to those two guys. Whoever performs better is going to probably win the game.
Well, and you got, I think, explosive receivers in Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, the 4th week with him. The one thing that Aaron Rodgers has done, he's been getting the football out. I read a stat last night that he gets the ball out within 2.5 to almost close to 3 seconds. So quick passing game. Doesn't get the ball down the field like he used to when he was with Green Bay. Now, that could change with Devontae and Garrett Wilson getting that chemistry now that he's been back for a full year. But he's only averaging like 6.5 yards per completion. So it makes sense with this passing and get the ball out, get it to your guys, your playmakers. So I will be very interested or curious, as Jimmy B would say, to see if they try to stretch the field and how they throw the ball against this blitzing Arizona Cardinals defense and how they handle that. But he gets the ball out quick, Rock. So it'll be tough for him to get to sack Aaron Rodgers this weekend.
Suns are in Dallas tonight at American Airlines Center. They're going to go for their 7th win in a row. Currently, they're 7-1 overall, which is their best start. Tied for their best start in franchise history. They're coming off that 3-point win at home against the Heat. They're tied for first place right now in the Western Conference. That game
3
will
minutes
tip off at 5:30. As we turn our attention tomorrow, the Sun Devils look to get their winning streak going as they host UCF. That is at Mountain American Stadium tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. They are bowl eligible after their win over Oklahoma State last week. They're currently in 7th place in the Big 12, 3-2 in the conference, 6-2 overall. And they're 1-0 over for the history of playing UCF.
Yeah, and I guess game time decision for Cam Scatterboo, unless you guys have seen something. I haven't seen anything one way or the other. So, did he get dinged? Was it the shoulder? I mean, on the hit that he got popped up, it looked like it was a shoulder initially. But you know what? If he can't go, Sam Levitt, fine quarterback for ASU. The onus would be on him, plus the running back as the Jones kid, I believe, is a kid.
Brown?
Brown, who looked good to me in that game against Oklahoma State. A little longer, not quite the physical running back as Scatterboo.
Arizona is off. They'll have Houston next Friday, as Houston will be in town to face Arizona on Friday night. That's an 8:15 start next Friday. And then for Northern Arizona, they got Cal Poly tomorrow. They'll be over there, and that is a 6 o'clock start. So those are your headlines, brought to you by Twin Peaks and the fantastic tailgating sweepstakes, which is also brought to you by Blue Moon and Coors Lights, our season-long contest. Just text Peaks to 59925.
2 minutes.
That's Peaks to 59925, and you'll have a chance to win this amazing grand prize. I got to tell you, this is probably our biggest. It is our biggest prize we've ever given away during the football season. All this is included: a Traeger grill, a Blackstone griddle, a pizza oven, a cornhole set, a portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector with an inflatable screen, a cooler, multiple cases of Cocoa 5, a $250 Twin Peaks gift card, and the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B logoed Wild Gear tumbler. So it's pretty cool.
1 minute, 1 minute.
No purchase necessary. Just text Peaks to 59925. And I have to say, standard message and data rates do apply. So coming up, it's the sounds of TNF. That is the Ravens edging the Bengals. Some great highlights to share. Plus, remember the Coyotes? That was that NHL team that we had many, many years ago. We're going to check in with them through the first 14 games of this season, see how those young stars that we had to watch as they were coming up, and see how they're doing in Utah. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B from Wright Toyota.
Envision a stunning putting green
Clear.
or a flawless lawn. With Tempe Turf Installers, it's yours for just $550 per square foot. Enjoy up to a 16-year warranty and 2 years of labor coverage. Call Mark at 602-348-7190 or visit TempeTurfInstallers.com for your free estimate.
Looking for the ultimate hangout? Welcome to the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo, where epic sports, stunning cars, and ice-cold drinks meet fabulous food and specialty cocktails. It's the spot for everyone. Guys love our 34K TVs, 16-foot video wall, and killer house. Indulge in high-end decor and amazing cuisine. Join us for our thrilling nights. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Mondays, Coach Dillingham on Wednesdays, and Cards on Thursdays. Visit us at Price and Queen Creek Road in Chandler. The Trophy Bar, where the spoils go to the victors.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me, free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Hey, Arizona, it's Mike Wilbon. I've been around sports professionally and personally for a long, long time. And whether you're on a court, in the gym, or just navigating a tough day, you need to stay hydrated. That's where Cocoa 5 comes in. Cocoa 5 isn't your average sports drink, packed with the electrolytes your body craves, but without the artificial junk you don't need. Available at your favorite stores, Cocoa 5 Active Hydration. Stay hydrated, Arizona.
Looking for the #1 neighborhood sports bar? It's clearly Philly Sports Grill, dedicated to providing impeccable service and a mouth-watering menu of delicious food and drinks. Whether you're cheering for your favorite team or catching the big game, Philly Sports Grill is your ultimate destination.
All right, we're coming back in about a minute with the Chevy sounds of the game intro.
Experience the excitement at Philly Sports Grill today. For a location near you, head to phillysportsgrill.com.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, That's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Coming back with Sounds of the Night. You guys are hot.
Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B out here at Wright Toyota. No Jimmy B today. He's probably golfing.
Well, that's the third or fourth hole by now.
Yeah.
He gave me his golfing schedule yesterday. Yeah, I'm going to tee off at 12. We'll get there by 11:30, warm up really good. I'll probably get 18 in. I'll walk 18, and then
it's executive course.
Yeah, I know, Brock. It's
But I know we rip him a new one, but he is 90 years old,
and he's in good shape for 90.
Great shape for
90. It's phenomenal. Yeah.
All right, our sounds of the night. Let's start with the good. Jamar Chase had an incredible night. Here is his 67, his 70, and his 5-yard touchdowns. He was targeted with 11 of 17 for 264 yards and these 3 touchdowns.
4.5 yards per play. Burrow fires, caught, chase. They're trying to chase him down, and they cannot. Touchdown. And tonight, turning his head on a dime. Burrow going deep, getting free. Chase, look at this. Just like that. And Chase is going to, strut to the 1-yard line. Crowd doesn't like that. Looks that way, throws that way, caught. Chase, what a night. Touchdown.
Chase had a hell of a night. That second touchdown with him walking until he went in, that was a little weak.
Yeah, I thought that was like, okay, just get your butt in the end zone. Let's go already.
If it was a winning touchdown, maybe with no time left, but you lost the game.
Hey, your boy Deshaun Jackson did that on that punt return about 10 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm not a Deshaun Jackson fan.
But you won the game on the punt return.
All right, look, here's some more good, but this is the Ravens. Lamar Jackson at MVP night. He, by the way, is part of one of our 2 State 48 Roofing It's Your Call questions. Who's your MVP today? Is it Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, or other? That you can go vote on our page at Roc and Manuch. That's on Twitter, so check that out. Josh Allen might have been added to that as well. All right, let's get to let me get my notes here. His numbers, 25 of 33, 290 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. He rushed 7 times for 33 yards. And here's the 84-yarder to Wallace, and then the last 5-yard touchdown to Bateman.
Yeah. Had to avoid Ricard as well, the fullback. Meanwhile, the pass is caught. Wallace makes the grab. Wallace down the sideline. Wallace is going to go all the way, assuming he stayed in bounds all the way. So on a 3rd and 2, Tylan Wallace for the moment with the touchdown.
You know, you think about that.
Not at all.
Shh. Manuch, you going to step on him or what? You want to
my
get the
bad.
last touchdown?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that you looked at both these quarterbacks, 518 yards total passing between these two phenomenal performances. And quite frankly, I was hoping they'd go into overtime and kick the extra point versus going for 2. But the thing that I like the most.
Why'd you just ruin?
I'm sorry, my bad.
Seriously.
I just was excited to talk about
How long you been doing radio?
Seriously. Jimmy, Manuch, let's go.
My bad. Go ahead. Throw the next one there,
let's
bud.
finish. All right. Let's just go to the bat, all right? Connor, let's go to the bat. It's kind of bad or it's unfortunate how you would have, depending on how you would have handled this as the head coach. Here's the Bengals failing on that 2-point conversion, which would have won the game for the Bengals.
To the left side. To the right side he goes. Incomplete.
It was incomplete. That was that 2-point conversion would have sealed the win, would have made it 36-35, but instead that wasn't the case. All that sound thanks to the NFL.
Well, you know,
All
the
right,
thing is, I'm fortunate because I think it's so hard to win a National Football League. Get the extra point.
So you wouldn't have went for it?
No, I wouldn't. I thought
I would have.
I mean,
you're on the road. Your team is under 500.
I get
you
it.
Knock them off. That's a big win. That changes your season.
Okay, but here's the thing. You look at the situation. If you fail, you fall further back. And I think that you go into overtime, get the extra point, go into overtime, whether you get
Take
the
a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think that at that point, where your season's
could have been
going,
gassed, man. That last quarter was back and forth.
I get it. But I mean, there's a chance for you to tie this thing up. Everybody regroup, you get a little bit of a break, and then go ahead and just if you get the coin toss, hopefully drive down. But your defense has got to step up. And from that standpoint, you're taking a shot. You don't have house money, and you've got to win that game. So why take the high risk of going for two? Now, was it a bad call or not? I thought it was somewhat of a good no call. I mean, you're probably not going to get that call down there. It was a simultaneous, I felt, as far as the ball, the tackle.
Horrible non-call.
Well, you could say that, but the thing that cracks me up, why do they
also? I mean, what is the rule? Is it 5 yards or not 5 yards that you're allowed to?
So it's within 5 yards.
Within 5.
Okay,
Within
that
5.
was in 5 yards.
Yeah. Well, it was borderline.
I think it was a good no call.
Yeah, I thought it was as well too. But I think
Okay.
that what the thing was him initially looking to tackle him as the ball's coming down. You can chuck each other within the 5 yards.
Yeah.
But that seemed like he was starting to tackle him as the ball came to him simultaneously. Tough call to get at the end of a game like that.
It is. Anyway, all right. Connor, I want you to play these back to back. This is what we are missing. The fact that our I'll blame City of Tempe for this. Can we blame City of Tempe for
I would
this?
blame the 60 and older constituents in the city of Tempe for this.
Okay, go ahead.
Flames have it. Back of it. Lindholm closes, steals, Marchand shoots, close to save. They score! What a play by Elias Lindholm and Brad Marchand, second attempt, able to bury a backhand. Bruins win it 4-3 in overtime.
Marchand, who had a number of really good looks tonight, couple of posts. He gets denied with the left pad and glove, and very quickly retrieves it on the backhand, wastes no time, and slides it before Wolf can get across inside that near post. What a finish.
That's his 14th goal in 22 games lifetime against Calgary, and the Bruins have now won 3 of their last 4.
Tippett on Vasilevsky. Score! The Flyers win it in a shootout.
How about that? Nesson and NBC Sports in Philadelphia, 2 game-winning. One's a game-winning goal in overtime. The other is a game-winning shootout goal. That's what we miss. We miss that type of hockey, that type of excitement at the end of the game. So I thought maybe, hey, let's look at how this Utah Hockey Club is doing. They defeated the Blues yesterday, 4-2. Clayton Keller assisted in a record fast goal in 18 seconds to start the game. Imagine you get there, you haven't taken a sip of your beer, and you're already up.
You're just getting settled in.
So Keller right now, this is all through 14 games. He's got 6 goals. Schmaltz, he's got like 10 points.
3
He's doing
minutes.
real well. Gunther's having a great season. He's got 7 goals. Cooley's got 2 goals. Brandon Hayton, remember Hayton, the young kid, the center? He's got 5 goals, 3 assists. 8 points. Connor Ingram, the goalie, through 11 games. He's 6-2-3. Josh Stone, right? Of course, we know Josh Stone. He's played in 9 games. He's got a goal and assist. So it's just unfortunate. It just, I don't know why I want to even bring that up today. You know, I saw the game-winning goal that that Boston had, and then I saw Tippett with his for Philly, and it just made me think, man. I know it's football season, it's basketball season, but man, I miss hockey season.
Well, for a lot of the hockey fans out there that get their fill early on in the season, then once Christmas and January comes around, you start to get into it even more so. But that's kind of the first look, Rock, that I've looked at this hockey club as far as standings, highlights.
2 minutes?
I think it was the second game I watched. ESPN was having highlights. I watched. You see, Connor, you watch these guys, you kind of go, wow. And you kind of go, what could have been building a brand new facility there on Tempe Town Lake, just the entire retail facility, the hotels, the office buildings.
They would have voted that in. We would not be having this
discussion
right now.
It would be, I mean, what a beautiful area. And then for this team to grow, we were always waiting for this team to grow. Were we not?
Like,
what's it going to take for them to grow?
He had Bill Armstrong in, who came over from St. Louis, who was able to do what he did there, kind of basically set up the same type of template, same type of playbook, get these young guys going, groom them, and, would eventually get into the playoffs and hopefully a Stanley Cup, and it's unfortunate that we'll never see that.
Have you looked at the crowd attendance there in Utah, what they've been? Pretty much sellout.
Standing room only.
Yeah.
You got like 5, 6, 8, 10,000 people in obstructive view.
Yeah, and
they had 30,000 season ticket holders. And then
1 minute,
waiting list
1 minute.
I think another 30.
And the other thing I was thinking about the other night was, okay, at what point, how long will it take before somebody gets the itch to bring a club to Phoenix or back to Phoenix?
Hey, our sounds are brought to you by the Trophy Bar. That is our home on Monday nights. This week it's Dolphins at Rams. Kickoff is at 6:15. It's located in downtown Ocotillo. This place, if you love sports, you love cars, you like those ice-cold drinks, this is the place. The ladies love it too. They got some specialty cocktails. It's a pretty high-end place. Lots of TVs, 34K TVs. They got a 16-foot video wall. We do our $9,100 jumbo dice roll where you can win all kinds of prizes. So we do that every week. Real quick on this day, Tom Dempsey of the Saints kicks a NFL record 63-yard field goal on the final play as the Saints beat the Lions 19-17 in 1970. On this day, it's brought to you by Arena Sports Grill. Tomorrow, they will have the Huskers at USC. And I know there's tons of folks that are on a bus right now as we speak, heading over to California to watch that game. I can't imagine being on that bus. That would be horrible. It's not the bus ride there. It's the bus ride back. That would really suck.
It's not going to be good.
If they get beat.
Yeah.
Game time is 2 o'clock tomorrow as Arena Sports Grill is the official alumni chapter of the University of Nebraska in Arizona. They call them the what do they call them? The Huskers in Arizona. So check it out, 62nd Street and Bell. Coming up, unfiltered, uncensored, Sean Salisbury. He'll join us next right here on Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
Trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
ASU hockey visits Colorado College for a 2-game set beginning tonight and concluding tomorrow. Fox Sports 910 has live coverage beginning at 6:30. The Cardinals aim for a 4th straight win Sunday when they host Aaron Rodgers from the New York Jets. Tomorrow in college, ASU home playing UCF. The Sun Devils 6-2 overall. Arizona Wildcats enter the bye week at 3-6. NBA, the Suns visit the Mavericks tonight. Phoenix has won 6 straight. College hoops, ASU plays Santa Clara in Las Vegas. GCU hosts Western Kentucky. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Craving tacos? Discover the Taco Spot, where mouth-watering, authentic Mexican flavors meet a modern twist. With 12 locations and more on the way, we're the local favorite. Visit TacoSpotAZ.com and follow us on social media. Come experience the tacos to Taco Bout, the Taco Spot.
Dreaming of a stunning putting green or a perfect lawn? With Tempe Turf Installers, it's a reality, starting at just $550 per square foot. Enjoy peace of mind with up to a 16-year product warranty and a 2-year labor warranty. Our skilled team uses cutting-edge techniques and premium materials for a lush, low-maintenance lawn. Call Mark at 602-348-7190 or visit TempeTurfInstallers.com for your free estimate. Licensed, bonded, insured. Tempe Turf Installers, your trusted source for artificial turf.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business
Copy that.
insurance,
Sounds good.
we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust Service you can count on.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
When you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck, Lerner will take you from wreck to check, from crash to cash, from accident to whatever rhymes with accident. And we'll help you with all the details in between. We'll help you get to the right doctors, even if you don't have health insurance. We'll help you get your car fixed. We'll help you get your doctor bills paid. And then we'll fight with the insurance companies to get you every dollar you deserve. Hurt in a wreck? Call Lerner and Rowe. We're with you every step of the way.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text Peaks to 599.
I have Sean on the phone.
Chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk. My air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel
Coming back in 1 minute with Sean Salisbury.
Febreze.
Open.
It's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Capital One.
NWSL playoffs kick off tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video with the top seed Orlando Pride hosting the number 8 Chicago Red Stars in the first quarterfinal of the weekend. The Pride, winners of the NWSL Shield for the best regular season record, would love to give legendary striker Marta her first NWSL championship in what could be her final season with Orlando. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
Capital One, founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network. With the Capital One Quicksilver Card, you can follow your favorite athletes wherever they're playing and earn 1.5% cash back on every purchase. The Quicksilver Card by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Time for your uncensored and unfiltered view on football and even life. Former NFL and USC quarterback.
For 29-year-old Sean Salisbury, his second start as a National Football League quarterback.
iHeartRadio star, QB maximizer, and president of Pro Sports Fans. Your social app that unites sports enthusiasts for the ultimate fan experience. Where every day is game day. Download the PSF app today. Now Sean Salisbury on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
So, Sean, it sounds like, just talking to Manuch before we brought you on, that we need to include golf now, right? You're really working on the golf game, I hear.
All the time. Anytime I can. Short game coach. About to hire a swing coach. Yeah, I play as often as I can, man, trying to get this thing right. It's become obsessive compulsive with me. So there you go.
So here we are on the 8th of November, and I know you're going to come swinging through the valley here soon, and I love to get you out on the course that I'm a member at. But I need to get your handicap today on the 8th, because that before the swing coach and all that, so you don't sandbag.
25.
Yeah, whatever.
he is truly
I made a 5.
the unfiltered, uncensored 25 by one
Yes.
Sean Salisbury.
Come on.
25, give or take 15 strokes or 18 strokes, somewhere in there.
All right, so
Could be 40. Could be 40. Could be 40. Could be a 10. Somewhere, could be.
Okay, I hear you on
have to
that.
chance you out. It's called gambling.
Yes.
Hey, Rock, it's called gambling. Sometimes you got to take those chances, okay?
I'm with you. All right. Your MVP today in the National Football League: Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, or other. Who are you going with?
Lamar Jackson, again, a performance last. Derrick Henry under 100 yards. 2 weeks ago, Derrick Henry was my MVP.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I thought that what he had done, I mean, we turned it into a quarterback award unless somebody rushes for 2,000 yards, but you think about the bandwidth it's given. We knew that Lamar had a lot of that, but look what it's done to expand the width and vertical part of their game. And then he just makes fantastic plays. And I'm really tired of listening to people that,
he can't beat you from the pocket. Well, he rushed 30-some yards last night and still made plays. You don't have to run to buy time. You buy time and then still find people. He made touch passes. Lamar Jackson would probably win the award now. I think Jaden Daniels is your top 3 or 4. What he's done and the impact he's made as a rookie on the best team in the East. Jared Goff belongs in the conversation. The ball does not hit the ground very much. And Mahomes is going to hang around. And if their team was 3 wins better, Burrow would be in the top 3. Look at his numbers.
Yeah.
It's what he's doing on a team that just can't win consistently this year is fascinating. So I'd probably go Lamar, Goff, and then Jaden Daniels in that order, with the Burrows and the Derrick Henrys to follow.
Do you put what Jaden Daniels is doing on par with what C.J. Stroud did last year, Sean?
Yeah. I almost, the similarities, whether the numbers, not just the numbers we see in analytics on the field of, yards per completion, accuracy, balls down the field. It comes to the intangibles too. The fact that you walk in and then immediately in 6 weeks, you go through your training camp. Now guys look to you to lead, and you're a rookie he's played missed 8-9 games in the league. I mean, he has got him at 7-2. And I went on a show in DC earlier this week with Brian Mitchell, and there's a major buzz about it. We're not even talking about we didn't last year, and we're not this year about these guys are rookies. We just kind of blow past that. And that the problem is for future quarterbacks and for the other rookies who are making some plays their own at times, like May, like Caleb Williams, like Bo Nix. These 2 guys last year and this year have set it at a different level. And it's unfair because that's not the way you're supposed to play as a rookie. But both accurate, both can beat you inside. And the advantage that Jaden Daniels has is his feet on the edge. Ever since you guys have been watching him at Arizona State, he's improved every year as well. So his feet and the ability to rush for 90 yards, even though Stroud can buy time. And players they're magnetized towards him. They just follow him, and they play better when they're around him. And that's part and parcel to, you don't expect them to do anything you wouldn't. And when you do it well. And they're both non-self promoters. So yeah, I think the similarities are there. And you remember at this time last year, C.J. Stroud's name was coming up in the top 5 as an MVP guy and how he turned a team around. And remember, both these guys are turning teams around that were not the year before, were not very good. I mean, Washington started to get a little better, but both rookie head coaches, at least in their Quinn his second time, but rookie head coach in Washington, even though he has been one in, elsewhere, but also in D'Amico Ryan's rookie head coach. So a ton of similarities, and both of them will have their team in the playoffs. Washington's going to make the playoffs, and we saw that Houston made it last year and are still 6-3 this year. So,
Sean,
yeah, pretty impressive.
Why are we leaving Kirk Cousins out of the conversation for what he's doing in Atlanta?
Because it's probably Atlanta, and we don't expect much from their team, but we should expect more. I mean, I thought they were a division winner this year. I think they've loaded up. We don't give Cousins the respect he deserves anyway, because he hasn't won extensively in January. Unfair, probably. We call wins a quarterback award, yet a quarterback, metric and a quarterback, the quarterback wins. But when we put in a left tackle in the Hall of Fame or a wide receiver, we don't say, yeah, man, you see how many wins he had? But we don't. It's like it's all on the quarterback. Yet when they fail, it's his fault too. So he's responsible for wins and losses. So I guess maybe it evens out. But it's an odd thing we're doing. But Kirk Cousins puts up numbers. Now, if he goes and wins, unfortunately, it's a regular season award, and I get it, or fortunately. But if he goes and wins, maybe the next year we will. But wasn't the disrespect paid right off? You go pay Cousins. Not by the way they paid him. What did Atlanta do in the first round of this draft? Drafted Michael Penix in the top 10 picks, when they could have probably – and I love Penix. He probably could have traded down and gotten a little later, and I think he's going to be a really good player. But
3 minutes.
Aspirations to one more guy they could have drafted in that spot, another playmaker, an edge rusher, an offensive lineman. Imagine what it'd do now. So I almost feel like it's in all of our DNA to say, oh, yeah, Cousins is real good. He'll put up MVP numbers, but because we don't expect Atlanta to be a Super Bowl caliber team. But Cousins has been good wherever he's been, and look what he's done to Atlanta. They're playing with confidence, and the guy is always putting up numbers. So he'll be in it, the talk, but he's not going to win it just because we don't give him the credit he deserves unless they went on and went 14-3 during the regular season.
Sean, do you get caught up in the first week of the CFP rankings?
I get caught up in it. No, I talk about it because not more about the teams that are in there. The top ones. These guys, you expected, but the same guys, the Georgias, the Ohio States, the Oregons, and all that. But I'll tell you, it's the other guys that the reason I watched this first one. I don't get
2 minutes.
Oh my gosh, my whole depends. It's one ranking, and it's going to change throughout. When it'll change this weekend. I like it because teams like Army, who undefeated, and man, trying to stop the option on a short week like in a playoff, that could be a problem if they ever. For them, I think they're too low at 25. Then you got Indiana, and you got BYU, and you got Iowa State. I know they lost the game. Teams that were like, well, the way Vanderbilt's playing, they're not going to be in the playoffs. But I'm more intrigued with the other guys, the guys sitting on the outside of it. What do you got to do? LSU Alabama game this weekend, the loser, they're done.
Yep.
So this game, I know it's Tennessee, but they're done, and those are two teams that could go beat a couple teams in the playoffs. So I'm more intrigued with how far away teams like Army or those teams are. Can they make enough run? And if they go undefeated, the Boise State situation, has become a really good football program, but and they got a Heisman Trophy guy, but will he get enough love because he's at Boise?
1 minute.
For this, it's usually not the ones that are in the top 12. I'm looking for why the ones outside of it and how far they got to go to make this even more interesting the last week or two of the season.
All right, 30 seconds. Your strength and your weakness on the golf in golf.
My strength is I can hit shots from anywhere. And that's because I'm in a lot of different places. So I can maneuver ball. I really am. I'm a good
scrambler.
Should I say player in difficult? Put it this way: you put me in the first cut or the second cut of rough, and I got to get around a tree. I'll find a way to hit a low screamer and get it up there. Send me at 120 yards with a wedge in my hand on a par 5, or all I got to do is flip it in there, and I'll skull the damn thing and have to in 3-putt. But it really is my ability to scramble. That's one. For me, it's shots around the green, which is probably the problem with everybody. But more importantly, which is I'm a mechanics fanatic when I coach football, is to repeat the same swing all the time. The ball flight. One time, you miss on a snap hook. The pros miss. They usually know why they miss. For me, snap hook one time, if I miss it, a high cut. So I would probably say that my swing doesn't quite bring to the table. If I have 75 swings on a golf course, they don't all repeat themselves. So I have to scramble around at times. But I'm working on being a consistent swing that doesn't break down. I'm getting closer. All
right, I expect to see it up on your Twitter page. At Sean Unfiltered. I want to see some of that.
You'll never see that. They tell you when you want success, work in silence. Okay, so I'm working in silence because I'm going to wait. But you know what? We'll go hit balls on the range, and then you can judge how many strokes you want to give me.
All right,
how's that?
Fair. Well, you just get your ass to Phoenix. I know you have a reason to be here, so get here and we'll go play.
I can't wait, brother.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you, man. That's Sean Salisbury joining us. Follow him on Twitter, X at Sean Unfiltered. He is brought to you today by All City Towing. They're hiring. We talk about it every day, and they are still hiring all types of positions, all types of great benefits. So if you're ready to take your career to the next level, visit them online at allcitytowing.com and just search careers. All City Towing, where your future is on the move. Football 50 is next. I'll talk about last night's game. It was a good one, and a quick preview of Week 11 in college football. That's next from Right to It. It's Fox Sports 910.
Does your standard amount of bucks not cut it?
Time to line your pockets with bonus bucks.
Fat stacks of cash.
Be listening every weekday for your chance to win $1,000.
Oh my God! Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Looking for the ultimate game day hangout? Look no further than BK D's Backyard Joint, Chandler's go-to sports bar. With over 30 big screens, you won't miss a single play of any game. Plus, we've just launched our all-new fall menu, packed with mouth-watering bites and exciting drink specials. We've got everything you need for the perfect game day experience. Bring your crew to BKD's Backyard Joint, located at 980 East Pecos Road in Chandler. That's BKD's Backyard Joint. Your backyard, your team, your bar. BKD'sBackyard.com.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. #SexyRoofStatus. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled! Holy moly!
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's learning environments are designed for supportive networking and collaboration. With over 330 academic, GCU provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams.
With this next segment into football at 50, correct?
Private, Christian, affordable. Visit GCU.
Thank you.
Kick off football season. Jimmy to 5992 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Boone, and Coors Light.
Attention drivers. Drive smart, Arizona. All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing storage services contractor, reminds you to follow the move over law.
Mind if I
boy holding the flashlight for my dad while he worked on an air conditioner for a customer. His name was Duncan Goodrich. He didn't talk much, but there's a certain kind of magic that happens when a son holds the flashlight for his father. I held it steady and quiet, and Dad talked to me while he worked. He said, when a person needs help, you respond right away, not when it's convenient for you. He said, always do the right thing. Always do what's right. And he said, the Get-A-Lion horse is a magnificent machine. Nothing else even comes close. That was the first night I held the flashlight for my dad, but it wouldn't be the last. At Dad's funeral, I realized that every time he handed me that flashlight, he was passing the torch. And my dad believed in Gettle air conditioners, so I bought the company. Gettle, G-O-E-T-T-L. We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell. You can count on us to respond right away and do the right thing always. No one knows air conditioning and plumbing like Gettle.
Presenting a Gain Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
You guys are hot.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeart Radio app.
Yeah, the game between the Chargers and the Cardinals on ESPN Plus was the least watched NFL game in 16 years. It registered 1.8 million viewers.
And probably all those are here in Phoenix, Arizona, I would imagine.
Well, so why not Charger fans?
Well, if they're here in Arizona, I mean, to try to find
That's not Arizona. That's overall, Manuch.
That's incredible. I mean, that's.
Let me put it in perspective. Last weekend, Sunday NFL Countdown did 1.4 million. Monday Night Countdown last week did 1.7. A game, the only game. Well, there's 2 games on, but granted, there were an hour difference. 1.8.
Well, we wondered how that would do being the secondary and then having to go ahead and sign up for that.
But everybody had it.
Yeah, I know, but I mean,
LA had it. Phoenix had it on local television.
Chargers, Cardinals, Monday night. Because what was the other Monday night game that night that had a little more to it?
Ravens and
Bucks. Yeah. So you could see that most people, unless you're a true Cardinal or true Charger fan, that's horrible. That is like, and what was the NFL thinking on top of that to put those two together? Nor did we know
anything. They're thinking about going to the bank.
Yeah,
I was check from Amazon.
We wondered
about
about
Amazon, ESPN.
I remember we did that over there at the sports, but we wondered about what kind of numbers they would get,
By the way,
kind of viewers we'd get.
We will be back at DraftKings for the national championship.
Nice.
January 20th.
Got it.
So
very nice.
Week 11 of the college football season has kicked off. We had, which it's the best in all football, the midweek MAC action, right? It started this week. Bowling Green, Miami of Ohio, and Northern Illinois, they all picked up wins. The biggest game of the weekend is number 15 LSU hosting number 11 Alabama. That is Saturday night at Tiger Stadium. The only other ranked matchup this weekend is number 16 Ole Miss hosting number 3 ranked Georgia. And in the West Coast window, the late one, the first holy war since 2021 between 9th ranked BYU and Utah, and that goes down in Salt Lake City.
Well, that Bama LSU game, that's going to be a good one. I mean, as far as, can LSU, they got 2 losses. Bama, they get another loss, they're out, period. End of sentence. That'll be one of those good games. That'll be, they're in LSU, 5 o'clock kickoff here, or 5:30, I should say.
5:30.
Yeah, so it's going to be, I think the best game to watch. And
3.
can Lane Kiffin, can he finally win a big one against Georgia? That's going to also be very interesting to see if he can finally get off the schneid and win a big game.
Yeah, speaking of Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss, some gamesmanship this week. Record-setting 26 names were on that SEC availability report, meaning no one knows who's playing. Georgia has no clue who's playing. 26. That is a record. Good job.
Yeah, Lane threw a little shade at Georgia on that one right there.
Ole Miss needs this game for
Oh,
a
they
season.
do. Absolutely do. Yeah,
they can still make the playoff with a loss.
No.
You don't think so?
No,
I mean, Georgia can still make it.
Oh, Georgia, yes.
Georgia
would have a second
Georgia
one,
still
and their
can.
schedule moving forward is pretty reasonable. But
Georgia,
Ole
I meant
Miss,
Georgia.
Ole Miss has got to win.
Ole Miss, Alabama, and LSU are all in do or die this weekend.
So, but then for LSU, Alabama, I believe both are coming off a bye, right? Aren't they both coming off?
I believe so. I believe so.
That'll be pretty good. And of course, you got Arizona State and UCF 5 o'clock on Frank Cush Field. That's a good game, and we'll see who's playing and who's not. So that's good stuff. We'll get into some locks a little bit later because Kansas and Iowa State and Penn State and Washington are on my list. It's going to be a game time decision.
Saw that
for me.
For UCF, I think this will be a really good, extremely strong challenge for ASU's defense. This is an explosive UCF team. Now, you think of that U of A game last week, the blowout. Well, U of A has four or 5 starters are out on the offensive side. Really lethargic on the offensive side. They had guys on the defensive side.
1 minute.
So when you look at that, okay, so ASU is going to have their work cut out for them. Whether Scatterboot goes or not, Jonas, I believe, is going to be on this offensive line in Sam Levin.
Hey, Football 50 is brought to you by the Dos Equis Game Day Show. It's at Phillies. There's 4 Phillies throughout the valley. Jax and Ben Garcia They take you through the college football Saturday, and you have a chance to win $9,100 as well as tickets to the first ever quarterfinal game in Glendale, which we're going to catch up with Eric Moses here in just a bit for the Fiesta Bowl. Where are you guys at this week?
Scottsdale location.
Nice, right there on Scottsdale Road, just north of Frank Cush Field, not too far from the stadium. You can almost walk there from there at that Phillies. Good Phillies. It's a big, South Dakota State hangout?
North Dakota
State, sorry. I know something up there,
One of those Dakotas.
Dakota, Montana, they all kind of fit the
Yeah,
same.
one of them. Yeah.
I don't know, two next. Roc and Manuch, QB.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Looking for the ultimate hangout? Welcome to the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo, where epic sports, stunning cars, and ice-cold drinks meet fabulous food and specialty cocktails. It's the spot for everyone. Guys love our 30 4K TVs, 16-foot video wall, and killer happy hour specials, while the ladies indulge in high-end decor and amazing cuisine. Join us for our thrilling nights. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Mondays, Coach Dillingham on Wednesdays, and Cards on Thursdays. Visit us at Price and Queen Creek Road in Chandler. The Trophy Bar, where the spoils go to the victors.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k, employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Southern Rock Ride. Just search Southern Rock Ride and listen now on your free iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Hey, sports fans, if you like college football and you love the excitement of going for a big score with parlay wagering, then this offer from BetMGM really has legs. Introducing the College Football No Sweat Parlay Token. Apply this token to any qualifying college football parlay wager. If you don't win, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets. All you have to do is log into your existing BetMGM account to receive your token. Then add a qualifying college football parlay wager to your bet slip and attach the token. You'll get your stake back in bonus bets if your parlay isn't a winner. So go deep without even breaking a sweat. Make your favorite picks from dozens of betting options and watch the games knowing you are part of the action. Log into BetMGM and claim your token today. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, Arizona only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Duke's, because there's only one Duke's. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Duke's on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale. Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group Studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
ASU hockey visits Colorado College for a 2-game set beginning tonight, concluding tomorrow. Fox Sports 910 has live coverage beginning at 6:30. The Cardinals aim for a 4th straight win Sunday when they host Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. Tomorrow in college, ASU home playing UCF. The Sun Devils 6-2 overall. Arizona Wildcats enter the bye week at 3-6. NBA, the Suns visit the Mavericks tonight. Phoenix has won 6 straight. College hoops, ASU plays Santa Clara in Las Vegas. VCU hosts Western Kentucky. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 9.
We got Eric on the line.
On the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword cash at foxsports910.com. That's cash at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Well, our beautiful fall weather continues. The forecast high today, 70 degrees. It'll be a mostly sunny day for us as well. And then tonight, back to those chilly conditions. A forecast low around the valley in those mid to upper 40s at Sky Harbor, 47 the forecast. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Time for our weekly visit with the Executive Director and CEO of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, Eric Moses. This is our opportunity to talk high-level college football and check on the bowl selection process. Eric Moses, now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports.
You guys are hot.
And the free iHeartRadio app.
Eric, you got anything going on these days or what? What have you been doing? Playing a little golf? What's up?
Yeah, playing a little golf, working on my suntan. Not much going on.
I love it. I love it. This has been a heck of a week coming off an incredible par 3 at Mountain Shadows. You and your staff and everybody did a tremendous job. We had a blast. I was fortunate to play with the Lerner Row group, and we finished runner-up on Friday afternoon, which was a big treat. I've never won a golf tournament before, so that was kind
Ever?
of
Really?
Well, no, not like this.
Man.
No,
Not a big deal like this.
Not a big deal like this. Prices were pretty cool. But what a great weekend. And then Tuesday you get the rankings come out, and it's time to go, huh?
Yeah, it's go time. And, thanks again to you and the rest of the folks who supported that PNC Bank Par 3 Challenge. It was great this year. As you know, sold out, moved well. Great. I think the best prizes of any golf tournament probably in the Valley. And just a really good time, and a beautiful course and one you can get through pretty quickly, unless you play golf like me, then it still takes you a long time. So, happy about that and super excited about the first week of rankings, man. And I would say things pretty much landed kind of where I thought they would, with the exception maybe of the Ohio State 2, Georgia 3. I think that would be one that I've heard people question a little bit, given that Georgia beat both ranked Clemson and Texas teams, and Ohio State has only beaten Penn State as a ranked team right now. So, I think you could quibble with that, but otherwise, I think there's kind of the usual suspects here in this ranking.
I think one thing and you talk about Ohio State, yeah, they've won, but I think as far as a lot of the folks watching us, we've expected more, maybe. I think that's what I kind of hear in your voice as well, too. It just kind of they're winning, but they're not blowing teams away with all the talent they have, is what I'm hearing from all those pundits out there.
Yeah, I think, and this is something that the selection committee talks about some, which is kind of the eye test. Mm-hmm. Does the team look dominant when it wins? Do they look like they're winning going away? Even if the score isn't, even if you don't win by 4 touchdowns, were you dominating the other team, even if you only won by 7 or by 10 or something like that? Were you in control the majority of the game or the whole game? And I think Ohio State's had some comeback wins, and they've had some wins against teams that many of us have thought, they should have been able to take care of them more handily and shouldn't have been this close. And so what does that say about the team when they will end up playing, Michigan and some of the stronger teams, and when they get in the playoffs?
I think the other thing, too, when you looked at Oregon, a lot of folks said Oregon is right. I mean, they are number one, because after they survived Idaho and then you basically saw that close game against Boise State, they're hitting on all cylinders, averaging over 40 points per game. I mean, they're lighting it up. They're that one true team that, aside from maybe that first 2 games, have pretty much been in full command and deserve that number 1 spot.
It feels like they've found their stride.
Yes.
And I think, what I would say is, other than Cam Ward in Miami, I think Oregon with Dylan Gabriel has the best quarterback play, right? Like you know that their signal caller is going to move the ball downfield, that offense is going to be able to produce. And I don't know that I feel that way about Ohio State's quarterback, or even Carson Beck in Georgia to the same extent.
And then there's Indiana, number 8. A lot of angst there with them in front of BYU, Notre Dame, and Bama. But I think these next 3 games are going to be the true litmus test for Indiana to see if they're the real deal or not, because they are, no matter who they're playing, though, Eric, they're scoring a lot of points and putting games away early on.
Well, here's what I would say about their coach, man. He's bringing the attitude that I think has clearly translated to his players, and that has translated to the field. And so I think they've got Michigan, and that'll be a good test for them to see what they're made of. And I think if they can do what is expected of them there, who knows where this goes.
Eric Moses joining us here on Roc and Manuch, GMB, Fox Sports 910. All right, with the CFP rankings for the Verbo Fiesta Bowl out, at this point, BYU would play the winner of Ohio State and Boise State. When these rankings came out, did you see a spike? Because there's a lot of folks, that support BYU as well as Ohio State and Boise State that probably went to SeatGeek and started getting tickets, huh?
Yeah, look, our ticket sales have certainly been stronger this year, kind of year over year, knowing that it's the first ever quarterfinal. I think the more talk that there is and speculation about specific teams, we'll see more activity and more action there. There's still a lot of football to be played, right? And because we will have the winner most likely of the Big 12, most likely, it's not a definite, but most likely the winner of the Big 12. I think fans may be hedging just a little bit to see how at least the regular season ends, and what goes on there with Iowa State and Kansas State. Sorry, Manuch, losing this past weekend. Surprisingly, we don't know what's going to go on. Could we see Colorado sneak in there and play BYU for a Big 12 championship and win the Big 12 out of nowhere, seemingly? And there's a lot of football left to be played, thankfully, for all of us fans.
And for the Rape Bowl, which, I'm a big fan of, I love it, Big 10 versus Big 12. It's the only matchup in the postseason between these two members. There's some pretty good matchups right now. Nebraska, Baylor, Wisconsin, TCU. I love those two. Both travel.
Yeah, I think, both of those teams have been in our marketplace in recent years, and I think they have great following. Michigan, West Virginia is another one that we've seen projected. So we're just crossing our fingers and hoping that the Big 12 and the Big 10 teams don't beat each other up so much that they don't qualify enough teams for us to be able to choose from both of those conferences.
High school football. Let's get into it. Friday night showdown, the last week of the regular season, Eric. And you got a pretty good one, huh?
Yeah, we do. We're excited. Last night, as you know, was the last one of our flag football showdowns, and we were excited about that. Chandler and Hamilton, and Hamilton went on to win 13-0, and so that was very exciting. And I have to say, I've talked to you guys about this before, but the young ladies out there and their families and fans and friends are just so excited about us being there and calling more attention to girls flag football in this state, and we are certainly happy to be there and look to expand that for next year. But on the boys' side, we got Red Mountain and Mountain View, which might be a fight for a spot in the Open and some bragging rights down there in Mesa.
Well, that's definitely the fight for East Valley. That rivalry goes way back to Jesse Parker and Coach Jones many, many years ago. But I got to say this, the women, as far as wrapping up the flag football, Canyon View had a big victory that last night. So it's starting to wind down a little bit. We're going to have a good game out there. Liberty and Centennial out there as well. So this is the last weekend where folks are fighting for either to be in the Open or go to the 6A or 5A championship games.
Yeah, it's that time of year, and we're excited about it. And as I said, looking to really expand this program, our involvement and support of high school sports across this state, especially on the football side.
So, Eric, as we just talked about the Verbo, we talked about the Ray, we talked about, of course, high school girls and boys. Now let's get our attention to these games and hospitality. What do you recommend at this point if you're thinking about, okay, hey, anybody can buy tickets, but it's that hospitality that people want, the suites, the things like that. What do you recommend doing at this point for those folks that are maybe, a business, you're driving around, hey, let's take our whole team out to the Rape Bowl, or the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. What's the best way to go do that, to get access to that?
Honestly, I would give a call at 480-843-4202 or email premium@fiestabowl.org. And that way, one of our staff members and our account executives on the ticketing side can give you a real understanding of what your options are. These games are all going to be great games and competitive games, so you're going to get a good product. but shaping your experience around how you consume that product is something we want to help you to be able to do. So, emailing or calling us to talk to one of our account reps is really the best way to go about curating your experience.
So how many TVs will you have going on at one time tomorrow? Are you down at the office? I remember we used to do shows down there many years ago, and we had like 4 or 5 TVs going on at one time. And how many folks will be down there watching these games tomorrow?
Well, I've got the multi-view on YouTube TV, so I sit on the couch and do the multi-view and keep changing which 4 games I'm watching at the same time. I will say that tomorrow will be, I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but my first ASU Sun Devil game. I'm going to see them play UCF. So really excited to get to Sun Devil Stadium and see those guys play.
So how does that work for a guy in your position? I mean, is it a limo picks you up? I mean, what kind of is it? It's a black car. I mean, what is it? I mean, big SUV. Pre-game, somebody walks you up there, you get to the elevator, go up to the big suite. I mean, how does that work for Eric Moses?
How do you roll?
Yeah,
Eric?
how do you roll? How big is your entourage?
Well, Manuch told me that you were picking me up and taking me over there. So
I already did that. I did that in Oregon. I already put in my time. I got credit for that. For taking care of him up there. No, I'm just kidding. Well, no,
I'm like anybody else. I'm going and enjoying being a fan, and I'll spend a little time hopefully with Graham Rossini and the good folks at ASU, and just real obviously very proud of what Kenny is doing this season. And it's good for us in the business we're in, all of us, including you guys, obviously. I mean, if football and sports in the Valley are successful and people are following, excited about it, it's good for all of us. So I'm rooting for all the Arizona teams to win, every week.
And think about that, Eric.
1 minute.
You got a team that won 3 games last year. They are bowl eligible at 6-2, the Sun Devils. I mean, what does that mean? Not only to, as far as bowl committees per se, and putting ASU and Kenny Dillingham in this program on the map.
I love it. And it gets people talking about and being more emotionally invested in college football. And I mean, you guys know better than most people, our origin story as an organization is inextricably linked to Arizona State University. And so, to support that program and to see them kind of back on the map in a way that they should be, and I think will be for a very long time in this new conference and everything, is something that we are very supportive of. And I'm just excited to be able to be here at this time, take a trip over there and see them play tomorrow and hopefully come out with a big W.
Again, if you're looking for premium seating options, another route to go, I clicked on it, fiestabowl.org, click on tickets. It takes you to premium seating, both for the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and the Rape Bowl. It's all right there. You even get to see pictures. And us guys, we like pictures, right? It even shows you where you're going to sit. So
we're
good
visual.
Stuff. Yeah, very visual. So, Eric, thank you as always, buddy. We'll talk to you next week. Enjoy the game tomorrow.
All right. Be well, fellas.
You got it. That's Eric Moses joining us, part of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, the executive director, and Rape Bowl. Again, fiestabowl.org. And if you are looking for tickets for the Rape Bowl or Verbo Fiesta Bowl, if you follow us on social, you'll see there's some links there that you can benefit, get a little bit of a discount. So check that out at your leisure. Coming up, we need a contestant to take on Kevin Rowe from Lerner and Rowe, as he will join us for our over-under contest. He has won 2 in a row. So let's go. 602-26. Oh, I was going to give his number, 977-1900. No, 602-260-9191 is the number. 5th caller, and you'll get to compete against Kevin for a big swag bag from his place. So good stuff. Let's check that out. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Don't miss the fall savings sale at Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. This November 8th through the 11th, get 20% off all demo and used clubs from all the top brands. This is your chance to get that demo or used driver, iron, wedge, or putter 20% off this November 8th through the 11th. Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Looking for the ultimate game day hangout? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint, Chandler's go-to sports bar. With over 30 big screens, you won't miss a single play of any game. Plus, we've just launched our all-new fall menu, packed with mouth-watering bites and exciting drink specials. We've got everything you need for the perfect game day experience. Bring your crew to BKD's Backyard Joint, located at 980 East Pecos Road in Chandler. That's BKD's Backyard Joint. Your backyard, your team, your bar. BKD'sBackyard.com. Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Don't miss the fall savings sale at Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. This November 8th through the 11th, get 20% off all demo and used clubs from all the top brands. This is your chance to get that demo or used driver, iron, wedge, or putter 20% off this November 8th through the 11th. Van's Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
Dive into serenity at Fantastic Spa Outlet. We specialize in Eco Spa, energy-efficient, environmentally friendly hot tubs that let you unwind while being kind to the planet and have you covered with a lifetime warranty on our covers. Visit us Friday through Sunday from 10 to 4 and check out our top-quality spas that fit every lifestyle. Family owned by former pro baseball player Sean Purdy. Call 602-759-9529 or visit FantasticSpaOutlet.com. Fantastic Spa Outlet, 10550.
I did. His name's Arthur.
Mesa, Arizona.
Kroger brand products exclusively at Fry's have the great taste you'll celebrate. That's why over 40 million people choose Kroger brand products, making them a true crowd pleaser. And with quality guaranteed, you'll love your choice or get your money back. Score Kroger brand products with savings you can cheer for and great taste you can't refuse.
Roc and Manuch.
You guys are hot.
Fox Sports 910. We're out here at Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price, Wright Toyota. And we're going to catch up with Kevin Rowe here. And we're having some phone issues. We just dropped our caller, so we're going to get another one on in just a minute. But we'll get him going here in a minute. But we'll try to track down Kevin. I know he's been doing the turkey stuff. He was in, I believe, New Mexico yesterday, Las Vegas today. So we'll see if we can catch up with him. But again, fiestabowl.org is what we were talking about earlier if you're looking for tickets for the Verbo Fiesta Bowl or Rate Bowl.
Connor, we're going to have Kevin give you a shout. He might be having a bad cell situation. So we're going to have Kevin give you a call back there at the studio.
So we'll
copy that.
But then we got Barry from Phoenix on hold. So we'll hang tight, Barry. We'll get to you in just a minute. And we'll get to our over-under as Kevin has won the last 2 weeks.
2 in a row, and he'll let you know, too.
Yeah, I bet he will. Scott Spreitzer is going to join us in about 15 minutes. Games we'll have is Georgia at Ole Miss, UCF at ASU, Alabama at LSU, 49ers, Bucks, and Jets and Cards. Those are what we'll get into. We'll have our locks followed by that. And just a programming note for you Oregon fans, the voice of the Ducks, Jerry Allen, for 37 years, will join us at 3:30, excuse me. So look forward to catching up with him. And I'm going to ask him what's the best way to get out of there when you go to a game.
Well,
it was 3.5 hours to get out of there.
You guys had some issues getting out of there from that standpoint. What a hell of a game, though. Phenomenal game as far as reference to you guys watching that game and watching Oregon, take off. And we talked about that a little bit earlier. Oregon struggled the first couple of games. Idaho, then Boise State. That Boise State game was a phenomenal game. I think they won 37-34. So those are some of the games and some of the things we'll talk about here.
Kevin Rowe now joins us. He'll be competing against Barry in Phoenix, and he joins us now on the Right to It guest line. How we doing, Counselor? What's going on?
It's a wonderful Friday afternoon, Roc and Manuch. Good to have you here, Roc.
Not as
Love
good.
it.
Not as good as last week's Friday.
Yeah, I heard that Roc.
That's true.
Did Roc carry your team? You guys are at first place, so Roc carried the team,
Second
right?
place.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. My
Runner
bad.
up, not second, but runner up.
So nice to have Roc on that team to carry you and make those long putts for you, right?
Yeah, that's cute. We worked really hard to make sure we got second place. Is that not true, Roc?
Yeah.
We didn't want first.
We didn't want
wanted
first.
second.
Yeah, the prize was.
But-
yeah, it was great. Yeah, go ahead.
But just so you're aware, Manuch, when I was having the wonderful conversation with you,
Yes.
they were upset with me because I wasn't participating with them. So they got a little frustrated.
Yeah.
Then they said, well, at least can you putt? And it was a little 40-foot putt. It wasn't that big deal. So I just putted it right in for them. And then all of a sudden I became the hero. Now they love me.
So but here's what you fail to realize: there was somebody that had to get to that 40-yard, the 40-foot putt, right? There had to be a tee shot that got you there to actually step up, and you were too busy on some radio show that you missed my tee shot that got you into 40 feet to make that 40 feet to get all the accolades.
40 feet, that's not real close, Kevin. That's like, wow. Were you off the green and was even on the green? 40 feet, my goodness.
It was just barely on the green, Manuch, but look, I have that vision. I can see, I can read the lines. And I just got up there. I just got off the phone with you, Manuch. They handed me a putter. I got up there, hammered it, and that was it. Done.
Handed you a putter. Okay. He did, by the way, he used his backup set.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
used
backup set. So, all right, let's get.
I used Dave's backup.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it. Barry in Phoenix, we got his picks in. All right, the total number of points. Jackson, get off your deal there. I can't see it. All right, total amount of points scored in the Alabama at LSU game will be over under 58. Over under 58. What are you going with?
Could it be a shootout there, Counselor?
Yeah, this is an interesting one. You never know. I was talking to my partner who's a big Alabama fan, and his quote is, "You don't even know what you're getting this year. Alabama has to win this game, or he already thinks the board's gone." It's been interesting.
Wow.
I definitely know they can put up the points. LSU has been able to put up points. So God, it's a tough one. I'm going to go against my partner. He thought it was going to be the under. I'm going the over. Let's go with the over. Shootout. Let's see what they got.
All right, what is
Barry.
What's Barry going?
Barry's going with the over as well.
Okay.
That's
all
it.
right.
All right, Counselor, second question. The amount of passing yards by ASU quarterback Sam Levitt against UCF will be over or under 250 yards. Over or under 250 yards. Now, we don't know if Scadaboo is playing or not. So it's kind of what your gut feel tells you. Over or under 250 yards for Sam Levitt, the ASU quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's had a good year so far. He's had, what am I looking at here? 3 games?
Mm-hmm.
2 games over the 250.
Yep.
1 just shy. Ugh. I will go, you know what? He's got to come out and have a good one to play UCF. Let's go with, stick with it. I'll go with the over.
All right.
Probably shouldn't have, but I will.
Which way is Barry leaning there,
Barry's
Jackson?
going with the under.
All right.
All right, amount of sacks and cards we'll have on the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. Is over under 3 is what Manuch said that. Over under 3, Aaron Rodgers being sacked. Or Jets.
That's a tough one, man, because I mean, I know they're coming here, and I'm still have memories flashing through me of Aaron Rodgers and the Hail Mary that keeps going and going.
Jeez.
Sacks. 3 is the tough number, so it's got to be more than 3 or less than 3.
Mm-hmm.
I like Cardinals right now. They've been playing great, and so I'll just keep it all in the fun, make it real easy for everybody. I think they're going to get 4 sacks.
3 minutes
for the over.
All right, Jax.
Bears going with the under.
Ooh.
And the last but not least,
there you go.
The winner and score of the Washington at Penn State game. Winner and score, Washington at Penn State this weekend.
Okay. First of all, you guys have failed to even talk about my fantastic win last week that I won, whoever the contestant was last week. And I won on this fantastic team, the University of Washington Huskies, defeating that clown team that's over there in L.A. That was huge. A great win for us. The hard part right now is, am I going with my heart or am I going with my head, my brain? Because right now the Huskies are 0-3 on the road. Got smoked with Rutgers, got smoked with Indiana, got smoked with Iowa.
Yep.
And now they're going Iowa, sorry, yeah. And now they're going into Penn State Beaver Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you, I'm pretty sure Penn State's a little frustrated, just a little bit,
Sure.
of what happened last weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a whiteout as well.
Wonderful. So you'll only be able to see like 3 or 4 purple
Yes,
in the
that.
stands. So it's even more will stand out. It's, again, I know I have a pretty good feeling what the outcome of this game is going to be, but it's just so hard for me to say it to you guys. So I'm not going to. I'm looking for the upset. Let's go with the Huskies, and I'm going to go with the score of 27-24. Dogs. Please, dogs, show me something.
Wow.
Which way is Barry leaning on this one?
Barry's going the opposite route. He's going Penn State 35-7. We are, counselor.
35.
We are. Have fun. Welcome to the Big Ten.
13.5 point.
Jeez. Hey, Kev.
Dogs are 13.5 point dogs.
Kev,
I mean, come on.
real
I
quick,
think it.
Kev, because
If
we're up
I
against
by chance win this, you got to know I went the right way.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
We're up against it time-wise. Can you tell us, I know that the turkeys are already started, right? New Mexico, Vegas. Tell us what's going on. Your crew is out there.
Yeah, so we just started yesterday, Rock. Our Thanksgiving meal giveaways. We kicked it off in snowy conditions in Albuquerque yesterday. Tomorrow we're in Las Vegas, and then next week we're in Bullhead City on the 12th, 4 o'clock at BHC Community Park. Then the next day, Yuma. On November 13th, we're at Yuma County Fairgrounds. Then on the 15th, here in Phoenix, November 15th in Phoenix, Dream City Church at 3 p.m. in Cave Creek or off Cave Creek Road. And then November 17th, Tucson Convention Center, November 17th. In the middle there, we're in Indiana and Chicago. But this is it. It's that time of the year we're giving meals and helping those just with a less financial burden so they can at least have food to get around, have a nice meal, and hopefully with their family and friends and enjoy the holiday.
It's amazing. It really is. Good stuff, Kev. Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much. And you're welcome for setting you up for that putt.
It's always great, Rock. Thanks so much, you guys.
Thanks,
Take care, Kevin.
That's Kevin Rowe joining us. Lerner and Rowe gives back. Of course, the turkey drive has started. I mean, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of turkeys they give away. It's amazing what they do. So good stuff there. Coming up, sports handicapper Scott Spreitzer from DocSports.com. We're going to break down a bunch of NFL and college games next. It's Fox Sports 910.
Behold.
Clear.
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
ASU
Sorry about that.
Colorado College for a 2-game set beginning tonight and concluding tomorrow. Fox Sports 910 has live coverage beginning at 6:30. The Cardinals all. Arizona Wildcats.
Yeah, I didn't even see. He said Arthur Morgan.
6 straight. College hoops, ASU plays Santa Clara in Las Vegas, and GCU hosts Western Kentucky. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Craving tacos? Discover the Taco Spot, where mouth-watering authentic Mexican flavors meet a modern twist. With 12 locations and more on the way, we're the local favorite. Visit tacospotaz.com and follow us on social media. Come experience the tacos to Taco Bout, the Taco Spot.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's learning environments are designed for supportive networking and collaboration. With over 330 academic programs, GCU provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Looking for the ultimate hangout? Welcome to the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo, where epic sports, stunning cars, and ice-cold drinks meet fabulous food and specialty cocktails. It's the spot for everyone. Guys love our 34K TVs, 16-foot video wall, and killer happy hour specials, while the ladies indulge in high-end decor and amazing cuisine. Join us for our thrilling nights. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Mondays, Coach Dillingham on Wednesdays, and Cards on Thursdays. Visit us at Price and Queen Creek Road in Chandler. The Trophy Bar, where the spoils go to the victors.
In a recent survey, when people were asked who they thought the best personal injury attorney in Arizona was, more than 9 out of 10 people chose Lerner & Rowe. In fact, Lerner & Rowe has been voted best personal injury attorney in Arizona for the past 9 years. Our experience, reputation, and proven results have made it possible for us to recover billions of dollars for over 150,000 injured people. At Lerner & Rowe, getting you the best result is what we do best. Hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck and need a check? Call us today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection.
Got Scott on the line.
I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota.
And then coming up next with this intro.
Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out WrightToyota.com.
Take your armchair quarterbacking to a whole new level. Join the action at fanpick'em.com and try to win this week's pro football games. Play the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Plus, score weekly man cards. Don't wait. Visit fanpick'em.com today. That's fanpick'em.com.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on everything you need to refresh your wardrobe and home for fall. Get low prices every day on unique finds at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macysbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Time to break down this weekend's biggest games with one of the nation's premier handicappers. From DocSports.com and seen every week on ESPN's Sunday Countdown, he's Scott Spicer.
You guys are hot.
And he's here to help make sure your picks pay out with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
All right, guys, this is what we got on the table today. We got Georgia at Ole Miss, UCF at the Sun Devils, Alabama, LSU, 49ers, Bucks, and Cards hosting Jets. So that's where we're going. How we doing, Scott? How are you today?
Doing well, guys. How's it going?
Good, man. We're ready to go. Are you I know it's college football, NFL football, but when do you really dive into a lot of NBA?
Generally speaking, probably about mid-December. I mean, I handicap it every day, but it's like probably 4 plays a week, 5 plays a week.
Okay.
And in mid-December, we get enough games to where we can start really picking it apart, and then we start hammering out more plays and Yeah, usually about mid-December.
How about college basketball? Because I know last year we were doing our show at Casino Arizona. I know the guy that ran the sports book there, he was doing 10, 20 games a night because he had, I don't know what he had, some kind of edge. Because
he was talking about the over-unders because
yeah.
they usually kind of set weirdly at the beginning of the season versus towards the middle.
That's what it was. So how about you in college?
And they do. I mean, it's been crazy to start. I mean, the first few days of college basketball, overs were cashing like you had tomorrow's newspaper today. I mean, it was crazy. And so a lot of us were just hitting the overs like crazy. As far as like, then of course the books catch up to that and they adjust and then that's gone, usually by about 3 or 4 weeks down the road. But yeah, I handicap all the games in college baskets. I do tend, kind of like the NBA, once we get into, for college, the conference season is when I start averaging more plays per day than I do, let's say, in November. But you do find those quirky little things that happen every year. And this year it was play the over. And you were cashing like crazy.
All right, let's get to Georgia and Ole Miss. Ole Miss needs this game for its season, while Georgia, they can still make the CFP with a loss. Did you hear that Lane Kiffin is using some gamesmanship this week? He had a record-setting 26 names on the SEC availability report. That is unheard of. 26 guys.
Yes,
Lane
Kiffin gaming the system? No way.
Imagine that, right, Scott?
How does that play into handicap of this? How does that play into this?
That's crazy. I mean, you got to give him credit. He's not breaking any rules. But I keep looking at this game, and I haven't been able to find enough reasons to jump on Ole Miss. And I know Carson Beck, 6 picks last 2 games. Somehow they win both. The D-line dominated Texas. I think this game will come down to Georgia getting or not getting pressure on Jackson Dart. Dart, 71% passer, 21 touchdowns, 3 picks. The guy's averaging 11 yards per pass attempt. That's crazy. But LSU got a ton of pressure on Dart and sacked him 6 times. Kentucky sacked him 4 times and got a lot of pressure on him. And again, as I mentioned, he's a 71% passer, but he completed just 60% against those 2 schools and only threw 2 touchdowns with a pick. And those were the teams that got the most pressure on him. His yards per pass attempt went from 11 down to about 7.7 against those 2 teams. And then you look at Georgia, 7 sacks against Texas. I think they can disrupt Ole Miss's RPO, get some pressure on Dart and win the game. And, last time we talked about Kirby Smart losing football games or November football games was in 2020, and that was the COVID year. So this is when his teams shine a little bit more than even the other parts of the season. I think they find a way to get it done.
Do you feel that at some point, because we've talked about this over the years, when Lane Kiffin, whomever he's coaching, seems to have a few gaffes in that fourth quarter. Can he finally pull one out? And you mentioned it doesn't really lean his way, but what is it Lane Kiffin could do if you see them pull one out against this Georgia team?
Yeah, just keep from making those, coaching mistakes like you said, in the final quarter. And I'm one of those guys who's like, you got to prove it to me before I can maybe think that you can do it. Like you think, okay, they've got the talent this year. They've got Jackson Dart. You protect him. Carson Beck's not playing well on the other side, but can Lane Kiffin keep away from making a costly mistake? And until he does, it's hard to, project that he will. So again, this should be a fun game. I just think Georgia's a little bit too tough with getting pressure on the quarterback.
All right, Scott, we're going to go to UCF at ASU, 5 o'clock kickoff here tomorrow night, -2.5 to the Devils. It's going to be a huge test for the Devils defense, a very explosive UCF team. Though U of A last week had, 4 or 5 of their starters out on defense. Very curious to see. Cam Scatterboot, don't know if he's going to play or not. Game time decision. How do you handicap this? How do you lean on this one?
Yeah, Scatterboot, one of my favorite players in college football. I mean, the guy's amazing, but as you mentioned, he's listed as doubtful. And, he's either run the football or been on the receiving end like 200 times this year, 13 touchdowns. As far as UCF, I'm in handicapping this game. I'm trying to figure out how much credit I give to the quarterback change last week for UCF and how much I take away from that because, as you mentioned, the Wildcats had all those injuries. So it's kind of like we got to wait and see. But, Dylan Risk is the new starting quarterback. If you go back and you just watch, go onto YouTube and type in Dylan Risk and watch what they did last week against Arizona, you're going to go, how in the world was this kid a 4th-string quarterback just a few weeks ago? He's the 4th quarterback to play for UCF this year. He came in against BYU after it was kind of out of reach and played well. And then last week he gets his first start. He goes 20 of 25, 294 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, ran the ball 9 times for 55 yards. They gained over 600 yards on almost 9 yards per play against Arizona, and they had no passing game before last week. It was all groundwork. So ever so slight lean to Central Florida guys, but again, it's like I got to see how much was about this kid Dylan Risk and how much was Arizona being banged up on defense. And that's just one of those things. Sometimes
3 minutes
says that no play is the best play, just to lean on Central Florida.
All right, LSU, Alabama, both teams come in off a bye. It's kind of a quasi-playoff game with the loser likely eliminated from the college football playoff contention. +3, LSU?
Yeah, I like LSU here, guys. I did jump on that one. And the Tide have dropped in the last hour from 3 to 2.5 at about 90% of the books. What a game, though, as you mentioned. The loser is likely out of the playoff mix. Here's the thing. I like DeBoer. I think Alabama is very fortunate to land this coach. The fans might not feel that way yet, but, they're going to be fine. But what I'm not crazy about this year is the Alabama defense. They're not what they were for most of the Saban era. Middle of the pack against the run this year. They gave up an average of 170 rushing yards per game against Tennessee, South Carolina, and Vandy. And the only reason Georgia didn't run like crazy is because they fell behind big time early and had to throw the ball, and they threw the ball for 440 yards against Bama. So a little concerned with LSU not having much of a ground game, but they've got the best receiving core Bama's going to have faced this season. It's a night game in Baton Rouge, guys. You know what that means?
Yeah.
This place is going to be lit. And one thing about
2 minutes.
Kelly, he doesn't lose home games at night at Baton Rouge, and he split against Saban. You got to give him credit. So it's not Saban anymore, but he knows how to beat Alabama. I like LSU in this game.
Brian Kelly is 20-11-1 against the spread with extra time to prepare. That's 65%. I'll take those odds.
Takes a lot of hits, guys, but he's a heck of a coach.
Yes, he does.
I got a couple more here real quick here, Scott. 49ers -6.5 at the Buccaneers. Is that juice because CMC is looking to come back? Sounds like all indications are. Did that juice get about a half point to get it to 6.5?
Yeah, it was 6 earlier today. I'm talking this morning. It's up to 6.5, as you mentioned. CMC, Jawan Jennings, Deebo Samuel, all back this week. I love it when Brock said the other day after one of the practices, he just said it right to the point. It's been awesome having Christian McCaffrey back. Start to finish, period, exclamation point. He's going to make them better.
1 minute, 1 minute.
This offense, without those 3 players that I just mentioned and all the injuries they've suffered, and of course Ayuk, this team was still number 1 in total yards per game. That's what San Francisco was doing. They were 4th and 5th in rushing yards per game, respectively, and passing yards, respectively. So this was an offense that was already top-notch without his best weapons, Purdy. So Tampa's defense is a mess. They're giving up 27 a game. They've given up 30, 31, and 41 in their last 3. Real quick note on this, just talking straight up, not even from a spread perspective. NFL dogs allowing at least 27 points per game and giving up at least 30 points in 3 straight games. They are 6-44 straight up in their last 50, and they lose by about 2 touchdowns per game. I think it's a terrible spot for Tampa. I like San Francisco here.
All right, the Cards are a 2-point home underdog. The Jets have lost each of their last 6 November games as road favorites. Talk to us on this one.
A lot of people on the Jets, and I just can't do it, man. The Fonz, when he couldn't say he was wrong, well, if I walk to the window, I walk to the window, and I'm like, I'll lay the points with you. I can't do it, guys. So it's Arizona or nothing for me. I know, they've won 3 straight. They're due, as they say. They've won 4 of 5. They averaged 6 yards per play last 3 weeks. They're top 10 in success rate on offense. The Jets are bottom 3rd in the league in opposing success rate. What success rate means is it measures efficiency with the importance in the context of down and distance. So success rate is a play that gains at least 50% of the yards required to move the chains on first down, 70% of the yards to gain on second down, and so on. Arizona's been fantastic in this metric the last 3 games. The Jets are bottom 6 on defense and slowing down an opposing success rate. Listen, the Jets won a desperation game. Houston had more injuries than you could imagine last week. Stroud was 11 of 30 and still came within 8 points. I actually did form the word Jets and had them last week. I don't like them this week against Arizona. I think it's Arizona or nothing.
Great stuff, Scott. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Take care.
Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Follow him on Twitter and X at Scott Wins. Breaking it all down, courtesy of Twin Peaks. You want to watch all those games? Twin Peaks, 5 Valley locations. Always can get in our fanpick'em.com contest as well. Your chance to win some man cards thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light. We'll have our weekly locks next. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Does
Claire.
your standard amount of bucks not cut it? Time to line your pockets with bonus bucks.
Fat stacks of cash.
Be listening every weekday for your chance to win $1,000.
Oh my God!
Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Attention Nebraska and Arizona fans. Catch every thrilling game at Arena Sports Grill, your official watch party destination. Enjoy great food, drinks, and the ultimate game day atmosphere with fellow fans. Don't miss a single play. Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled! Holy moly!
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k, employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Craving tacos? There's one spot in town that everyone can't stop talking about. The Taco Spot. With mouth-watering authentic Mexican flavors and a modern twist, it's no wonder we're the local favorite.
The Taco Spot has the best tacos I've ever had.
With 12 locations and more on the way, satisfying your cravings has never been easier. Come and experience the tacos to talk about. Enjoy handmade tortillas and fresh made-to-order meals that will leave your taste buds dancing. The Taco Spot, where every bite is a fiesta.
There are many signs that you may be in financial trouble. Late mortgage payments, paying bills from your retirement account, or paying one credit card with another. If you're experiencing financial hardship, bankruptcy may be right for you. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. At Lerner and Rowe Law Group, we'll take the time to carefully examine your situation and develop a plan that is right for you. Call Lerner and Rowe Law Group today for a free consultation.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Sean Forster, managing attorney. Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same
Coming
bar.
back in 1 minute with a normal Wright Toyota Stinger.
Screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where? Dukes! Where? Dukes! Miller and McDowell! Scottsdale!
When you're hiring, ZipRecruiter's technology makes finding qualified candidates for your job easy. What if the rest of the world was as easy as ZipRecruiter? Math problems wouldn't be so problematic.
K equals 42.
And summiting Everest would be a walk in the park. In the meantime, if you want to make your hiring easier, use ZipRecruiter. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota.
You guys are hot.
Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
All right, let's get to our locks of the weekend. They are brought to you by Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar in Phoenix. It's your Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix, a pizza parlor for families, kids. They got a bar, they got a patio. Their patio and bar is for ages 21 and over. They do breakfast for the early games like tomorrow, which is Purdue. at Ohio State. That's a 10 o'clock start. So, Jax, let's get a recap of last week.
Yeah, myself and Rock both won last week. We're also tied for first at 6-4 apiece. Rock had UCF minus 6.5 over Arizona, which I think hit in the first quarter. I had Indiana minus 7.5 at Michigan State, and they blew the doors off of Michigan State, being the Hoosiers. And Manuch had New Mexico minus 7.5 against Wyoming, and it looked like New Mexico was going to win that football game, but there's 4 quarters to be played in football, Manuch.
Yeah, they did win.
He doesn't know because he only got in usually for one.
Oh, you're right.
I took whatever I could get, Rock. You kidding me? I took whatever I could get. But
one of these days you're going to go, Rock, you never played. I mean, who are you to say this?
You know what?
20 years now.
Hey, I dressed out.
You allow me to just go down that road.
Rock, I would. I mean, it's something that if you could just enjoy it for a quarter, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, New Mexico State's on a roll. Wyoming comes back. And eventually, I think New Mexico State wins like 47-45.
No, Wyoming won the game.
Oh, they didn't come back?
Yeah, Wyoming won the game. On the road. Yeah, so Manuch is 4-6. Myself, Rocker, 6-4.
Enjoy it while you can,
All
gentlemen.
right, this week, I'll start us out. And no one's going to see this game because it's on the Peacock. But Penn State minus 13.5 with Washington. This is a brutal spot for Washington. They have to travel across the country again. They're going to take on Penn State off of a loss in prime time, whiteout game in Happy Valley. Over the past 6 weeks, UW has traveled to road games against Rutgers, Iowa, and Indiana. And the last 2 of those, they got beat by at least 2 touchdowns. This is not going to be a good day for Washington. I'm going to throw this nugget. A lot of people say James Franklin doesn't win the big game, which is true. But if you're a gambler, he is 46-26 against the spread as a double-digit favorite. Among the 387 head coaches from Action Network over the past 20 years, only Nick Saban is more profitable when laying 10+.
Wow.
He's in the Nick Saban conversation for gambling.
For gambling, yes, as far as spreads are concerned.
With that lock, I'm going to take, of course, Penn State.
Oh, it could be ugly. I mean, and they're going to want a little revenge after losing to Ohio State last week. I'm going to go UNLV minus 11.5 over Hawaii. Hawaii struggling. UNLV has got that team. They bounced back. I'm going to just say basically they're going to get on a roll. 11.5 over Hawaii. I'm going to go that route.
I'm going to go Georgia minus 2.5 at Ole Miss. It's a great story with Ole Miss, the amount of transfers they brought in, Jackson Dart. Could this be the game for Lane Kiffin? I don't think so. I think Kirby Smart's going to come in there. He's 52-0 versus opponents not named Alabama. You saw the way they played at Texas in a game, a must-win game. This is a must-win game for Georgia. Even though they lose, they're still in CFP contention, but their eyes are focused on that SEC championship. So give me Georgia minus 2.5.
So I just want to clarify something. I know yesterday, is it just the underdogs that has to be 3?
Yeah, well, this is a lock. A lock means it's going to hit. Like, this is a for sure bet that will hit.
This is money line.
It can be whatever. It's a lock means that, without a doubt, I believe this will win, is my interpretation of it.
2. I don't know. I thought 3.5 was always either way.
I did too.
Lock and
it's not like he's an intern.
No.
It's not like it's his first year.
I saw that. I went, wow.
He hosts his own college
football show. A lock is a for sure pick, though. It's like, without a doubt, it's going to hit. And 2.5, Ole Miss.
So
I'll go Georgia minus 6.5 if you want me to. I'll do an alternate spread.
Put that down.
I'll go 6.5.
Then I want you to parlay that with the UCF Arizona State game.
Okay. Listen to Rock. Gambling show
like
presented
I know what
by.
the hell I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, you could have saved a lot of your breath for a lot of because Lane Kiffin will figure out a way to blow that game if they're in the lead. I mean, Rock, some of the calls he's had in some close games over the last 3 years at Ole Miss.
He wins those games that he's not supposed to win.
Well,
they are the Penn State of the SEC.
Yes,
is Ole Miss.
That's a good analogy. They really are. I mean, he just for this guru of offense, and with Dart, the interceptions he's had, but he's also throwing the ball. I just don't get it. I've seen some of the play calls and go, what is he thinking? Sometimes he tries to be a little bit too cute as offensive coordinator. You got the talent. Get all these kids in. Utilize it. Let them do their thing. Get the ball out and let them happen. But, I think that Georgia's going to be all over that
I do think, though, Georgia's quarterback issues have got to get resolved quicker. If they want to win a national title, Carson Beck has got to stop throwing it to double teams. It's unbelievable.
Have you seen his interceptions last year to this year?
Yeah, he barely threw any last year.
Yeah, almost doubled. So I don't know if he's just not seeing things or reading things, but they've been winning, fortunately. But to your point, they cannot lose anymore this rest of this year.
Well, they're out.
Bama, Georgia, or LSU, either one of those, done, gone. See you.
Yeah, we'll get into more of the schedule of the games tomorrow. There's some good ones tonight too. There's some great games tonight.
One minute.
We'll dive into that in a little bit, but we will wrap up this hour, and we will catch up with the voice in hour number 3 of the Oregon Ducks, Jerry Allen. He was not the Duck before he became the voice. Jimmy B, our fine number 3
journalist,
said that yesterday on the show. That would have made the rewind. However, no rewind today because we're going to talk Kyler Murray next and get into this Jet game and talk some college football. Continue talking some college football as we continue from Wright Toyota. Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Wright Toyota in North Scottsdale. It's Roc, Manuch, and Jax, Fox Sports 910.
Clear?
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. We're deeply invested in our communities, supporting local charities and initiatives that uplift those in need. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
Looking for the ultimate spot to catch all the college football action and your chance to win $9,100 every Saturday? Join us at Philly Sports Grill for the Dos Equis Game Day Show, live every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at any of our 4 Valley locations. Each week, up to 20 contestants will have the chance to roll the dice and win $9,100. Plus, be entered to win tickets to the first ever quarterfinal game in Glendale. Plus, enjoy Dos Equis featured each week. Visit fox910gameday.com for details. Philly Sports Grill, the #1 sports bar where the game is always on and the excitement never ends.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
I was a 10-year-old boy holding the flashlight for my dad while he worked on an air conditioner for a customer. His name was Duncan Goodrich. He didn't talk much, but there's a certain kind of magic that happens when a son holds the flashlight for his father. I held it steady and quiet, and Dad talked to me while he worked. He said, when a person needs help, you respond right away, not when it's convenient for you. He said, always do the right thing. Always do what's right. And he said, the Gettle Iron Horse is a magnificent machine. Nothing else even comes close. That was the first night I held the flashlight for my dad, but it wouldn't be the last. At Dad's funeral, I realized that every time he handed me that flashlight, he was passing the torch. And my dad believed in Gettle air conditioners, so I bought the company. Gettle, G-O-E-T-T-L. We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell. You can count on us to respond right away and do the right thing always. No one knows air conditioning and plumbing like Gettle.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
ASU hockey visits Colorado College for a 2-game set beginning tonight, concluding tomorrow. Fox Sports 910 has live coverage beginning at 6:30. The Cardinals aim for a 4th straight win Sunday when they host Aaron Rodgers from the New York Jets. Tomorrow in college, ASU home playing UCF. The Sun Devils 6-2 overall. Arizona Wildcats enter the bye week at 3-6. NBA, the Suns visit the Mavericks tonight. Phoenix has won 6 straight. College hoops, ASU plays Santa Clara in Las Vegas. GCU hosts Western Kentucky. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword GRAND at foxsports910.com. That's GRAND at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker and
Coming back normal with the regular open, or am I just doing a stinger?
Call Parker.
Another cool one. Tonight's forecast low drops to 47 degrees. As we go into our weekend, though, we are looking at a warming trend. Not hot, but
Copy that. Regular open.
76 degrees for a high on Saturday afternoon with plenty of sunshine and winds.
And then are you guys going to set up these sounds for me?
I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This
Copy
report
that.
is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on everything you need to refresh your wardrobe and home for fall. Get low prices every day on unique finds at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macysbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900.
You guys are hot.
Online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hope you're having a wonderful Friday afternoon. Roc and Manuch with you today at Wright Toyota. We're here every Friday, and we are presented to you by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. Big weekend, of course. Today you got the Suns at the Mavs. Tomorrow it's Arizona State hosting UCF, and in honor of the late Pat Tillman, they'll be wearing their PT-42 helmets, which are really kick-ass helmets. They got a white base with the maroon and gold PT-42 logo on each side, and they'll also have the same logo on the bottom of their jersey neckline. So I think this is pretty cool, and they'll wear the maroon jerseys and the white pants to complement those killer helmets. So good stuff there. Looking forward to seeing that tomorrow, 5 o'clock on Frank Cush Field. So that's what we're talking about a little bit today. We'll get into a little bit more of that later. Our two State 48 Roofing It's Your Call questions of the day. Your MVP today in the National Football League, Lamar Jackson or Jaden Daniels or other? You can go to our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch. And then number two is, what will be the key for the Cardinals to beat the Jets? Number one is pressure Rodgers all game. 2, Connor 100 yards rushing. 3, scoring in the red zone. And 4, protecting Murray. So just go up on our website, or I should say our Twitter page at Roc and Manuch, and we'll have results at the end of the show. But let's get into this game on Sunday, that being the Cardinals and the Jets, 2:25 at State Farm, as it's going to be a battle. I think it's going to be a battle between Kyler Murray and Aaron Rodgers. Here's Kyler Murray believes that this Jets team is better than their record indicates.
As a team, their record doesn't represent how good of a team they are, how talented they are. Got all pro guys over there. I think they dominated the Texans last week.
Which they did.
Yeah, they did. And I think that you think about this team offensively, 3 of their offensive linemen are questionable, that being for the Jets. But, they're an explosive team. You got Devontae Adams, and you look at Garrett Wilson. You got Breece Hall, really hasn't broken open. So maybe that was one of those games with the defense kind of set the tone, sacking C.J. Stroud 8 times. But I think this Jets team, I was reading earlier about how Aaron Rodgers wants to basically make some wrongs, some rights at some certain stadiums. And the last we talked about, he wants to come back to State Farm Stadium when they lost that playoff game to the Cardinals several years ago. The 2 Hail Marys to get him in overtime, and then Carson Palmer, Larry Fitzgerald to go down and score. So, exercise some demons, as they like to say. But I think that this will be a tough game. If they can get pressure on Rodgers, problem is he gets the ball quick, Rock. 2.5 seconds, it's out.
Yeah.
But they don't stretch the field
Well, you've always
like they have.
You've always said you kind of had the same skill set as Aaron Rodgers.
I did have the same skill set. I could run, I could throw, could lay it out there 70 yards, throw like that. Just didn't have the protection like one
When
Aaron
was
Rodgers.
that? I mean, we've been doing this 20 years. It was probably Jax. It was
15
probably
years ago.
15 years ago. I'm
I
making a case for Kevin Cobb. All right, the former horrible Cardinal quarterback.
Start off 4-0 though, Rocky. You remember
cares?
that?
How do you end?
Yeah, 4-0.
It doesn't matter how you start.
He
it's how
got
you
hurt.
end.
He got dinged. He got hurt.
Whatever. He
But
was
you asked me what
horrible.
my skill set. I said,
And you're
well,
like, oh yeah, I'm similar to Aaron Rodgers.
I could run, throw the run. I could lay it out there 70 yards on the run. Push
you
into
all
it out
like
there
Jimmy
70.
B. You guys live in the past so much.
You asked me my skill set, so I could.
Not Aaron Rodgers.
Brother, I could spin it. I could move. I could throw. Rock, I ran a 4.56 40. I could throw on the run 70 yards. I could throw it 70 yards. I could spin it. I could get it out there.
Manuch,
You got skill set.
no one cares.
Well, he
No one
asked me.
cares.
He asked me. So, Jack, just chill out, buddy. He asked me. I give it. I'm telling you what it was. I'm just kind of reiterating what he asked me.
I mean,
Threw the ball
Aaron
60,
Rodgers?
60 plus miles an hour. It was timed to 60 plus miles an hour. Nobody coming out of the draft threw it that hard. Maybe Jack Thompson does it, but I'm just kind of laying it out there the way you want me to give my skill set. So back in the day, I could spin it. You'd have to get a doctor's release to come play catch with me, Rock. You would have had to.
No.
Yeah, you would have had to.
I mean,
Jack's too. Yeah, a little tight spin on that one there too.
I think more like Ty Depner or
No.
I don't know, Ken O'Brien or Bubba Brister.
Brister?
That's more your style.
No, I could spin it.
Joe Pisarcik.
No, I could run better
Matt
than those
Kavanaugh.
guys. I could run better than those guys. I could throw better than those guys. Stronger arm, all the above. Just to have a chance to display the wares that I had.
Here's Kyler Murray talking about facing off to a Dan Manucci like Aaron Rodgers.
Thank you. About time.
One of my favorites. Just the way he can spin the ball, the way he does it. It looks effortless. Obviously, he's a bit older now, but growing up, he was definitely one of the guys you look up to for sure.
I mean, he can still flat throw it. Can't move like he used to. That's why they're getting the ball out a little bit quicker because of his lack of mobility. Pretty much, stuck there in the pocket.
I think this game's going to probably come down to the kicker, just because the Jets are starting their third straight week with a new kicker.
You would, if you're a Jets
and
fan,
you know how great the kicker for Arizona's been.
Yes.
So it may come down to that, a field goal. I mean, the spread was 1, now it's 2, and Cards are an underdog at home.
Well, and don't you know that Aaron Rodgers figures if they're in the red zone, they've got to score.
Yeah.
Because he made
Can't
that
trust that kicker.
No, and he's thrown that shot across the bow. Was that several weeks ago talking about the kicker and drop passes and Mike Williams being in the wrong spot. Now Mike Williams has gone to Pittsburgh Steelers.
Another key is going to be Trey McBride. Of course, I think most of us as fans, you love this guy. He is a baller. And here's Kyler Murray and Paris Johnson Jr. talking about how impressed they are with McBride.
Figured that would be the first play that scored. We liked the way it looked. Obviously it looked good all week. Executing the game, so it was good. Good to see him in the end zone.
Someone that the jet sweep, the stiff arm. Oh, you would have thought I was hyped for him. I was like, oh, he stiff armed him. Then he kind of dove. It wasn't really a reach, but he kind of thought about reach. But I get it, for the touchdown. But I kind of put myself in their shoes. I did the same thing. Like he kind of got, for a tight end, tried to juke him out, DB, and then stiff arm him like he was a little boy all the way. My words, not his. He didn't say that. I'm not trying to disrespect any opponent. I never want to do that. I kind of did him like that a little bit. I was like, wow, and still scored. So that was impressive to watch. He's excited when he has the ball. He's always hurdling people. I've never, it's rare to see a guy who plays tight end move like a true skill player.
You heard Kyler earlier that they were happy to see McBride score first. They were kind of planning that. Would you love to get a hold of Kyler earlier in the week for my DraftKings to know who the first player is going to score for Arizona?
Yeah.
Bet it big.
Yeah, he knows he's dialed in.
He's got that chance, because your odds are good, and you put your money on 2-3 guys, you're going to make out.
Trey McBride is emerging. When you talk about the conversation with, you got the Kittles, the Kelseys, the Andrews, you're talking about the McBrides of the world. I mean, he's been consistent, finding the end zone, finally getting into the end zone. And as Kyler said, I'm sure in that red zone versus this defense, they'll look to utilize him red zone's going to be vitally important. The Cardinals have got the kicker. I would not be surprised if I see the Jets, if they're just outside, let's say 50 yards, that they go for it on 4th down. Just because of the lack, as you mentioned, lack of kicker or trust.
Page out of the Eagles?
Yeah, I would think so.
Eagles playbook?
Yeah, I think.
God, don't.
I mean, if that,
you're a Jet fan, you don't want that.
But
you take the points.
Well, you would think. Yeah, but if they may be relegated, not being unsure whether this kicker can make it or not. I mean,
could be another good story like the Arizona Cardinals have had.
Very well could be. Very well could be. But this game, I think, is going to be a very close game. I think that if the Cardinals can control the line of scrimmage, i.e. with the running game, I really believe that with James Conner, and utilize that in this running game from the standpoint of controlling the clock, 3rd down conversions, because you know that Aaron Rodgers is one big play away from getting a team like the Jets back into this game. So,
the game. I think you're going to say season.
No, not just this game. I mean this is one of those points where the Cardinals at 5-4, you can win this game. You got the bye week. You get healthy. Get all your guys back in a couple weeks. Jets are in a must-win situation. So if they're there with that, you got the Cardinals going, well, if we can beat this team, we'll be in first place, continue to stay in first place and get healthy. You're feeling pretty good about yourself. You're a Cardinal fan if they can win this game on Sunday.
What do you think, Jax? You're the degenerate. Cardinals win.
You're talking about gambling, or you're talking about degenerate with
Kyler Murray, 200 yards passing. Kyler Murray, 2 touchdown passing, plus 1,100.
I mean, it's tough. It just depends on what Cardinals offense you're going to see. I mean, last week they barely used Kyler Murray in the passing game. They kind of just ran it down the throat of the Jets. The Jets have a pretty good front seven, probably one of the best in the AFC. I'm real intrigued to see Marvin Harrison Jr. against Sauce Gardner. I mean, you want to talk about a young wide receiver DB matchup that we're going to see from years to come, and you kind of see the up and down Manuch of Marvin Harrison Jr. and fans complaining he's not getting the ball as much. I think it's one of those things as a rookie. You're facing these grown men, and they've found ways to scheme up against you, and it's kind of a lot of pressure for a young rookie to be the number 1 wide receiver, and I think just kind of the process of him learning week to week.
And not only that is you look at this offensive line, as I mentioned, of the Jets. How much will this Cardinals defense get away with blitzing and stunts versus Aaron Rodgers? Who knows? He's seen them all. He understands them all. Hot routes, Devontae Adams. But to your point, Jax, you're right. I mean, this front
1 minute.
I mean, they really got after C.J. Stroud. But, okay, the Texans had several guys hurt. I want to see how they control how much they come to it. Now they may have to rely on Kyler Murray. Last week he was pedestrian because they pounded the running game, as you said. But the other thing is, can he get the protection from this Cardinals offensive line in order to get the ball down the field? And with Sauce Gardner, who's having a phenomenal year, can they go ahead and get that one-on-one competition? But again, Trey McBride can be that common denominator if this Cardinals team can win this game.
Guard safety Jalen Thompson missed practice today with an injury. His ankle.
He'll play. Hey, but take the shot if he has to. He's playing. This is a great test for this Cardinals team. Taking on this Jets team that has Aaron Rodgers. You got Devontae Adams. You got your running. You got Breece Hall. I mean, you got a pretty good defense. You got an offense that's starting to gain traction, as I like to call it. So this will be okay. Cardinals, where are you at the break at your bye week with 2 weeks before you come back and play again?
All right, 15 minutes. We'll catch up with Jerry Allen, the voice of Oregon, the Ducks. Up next, top 5 games of the weekend, a possible upset alert we'll discuss. Our headlines were brought to you by our Twin Peaks fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Just text Peaks to 59925. You can do it every day for your chance to win the big prize, the grill, the griddle, the oven. I mean, it goes on and on. Just text Peaks to 59925. No purchase necessary. Standard message and data rates apply. It's Rock, it's Manuch, it's Jax, Connor. We got you covered here at Wright Toyota. Talking college football next.
Valley Traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
We have a new wreck on the Superstition. If you're heading east on the 60 near Sossaman, that's on the left shoulder. Also a wreck in the East Valley, 101 southbound near Broadway moved off right, and a crash northbound 17 north of Anthem Way.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop early, save big all month long during Black Friday buildup at Lowe's. Get a free Select tool when you buy a Select battery or combo kit, because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/7 through 11/20. Selection varies by location while supplies last. last.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and wild gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light.
Looking for the ultimate spot to watch football with fellow Ohioans in Phoenix? It's Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar. Enjoy great pizza, cold drinks, and cheer them on all season long at Upper Crust. Located at the 101 and Cave Creek Road.
Rock for WrightToyota.com. At Wright Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on WrightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at WrightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at WrightToyota.com.
Looking to beat the heat year-round? The House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has you covered. Whether you need a stylish bay window awning for your breakfast nook, a cool shade sail for your home or business, or a retractable awning for your patio, we have it all. For over 40 years, we've been Arizona's #1 rated shade experts, family-owned and dedicated to making shady deals in the Valley. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com to explore our wide range of quality products, or just call 623-232-9334. Stay cool, stay stylish with the House of Canvas.
Take your armchair quarterbacking to a whole new level. Join the action at fanpick'em.com and try to win this week's pro football games. Play the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Plus, score weekly man cards. Don't wait, visit fanpick'em.com today. That's fanpick'em.com.
Shop early, save big, all month long during Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Right now, get select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees starting at just $59.
Coming back in 1 minute with the regular rejoin, along with a Jed Fish
Lowe's
update.
knows deals. Discount taken at time of purchase while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
The Suns visit the Mavericks tonight. Phoenix has won 6 straight. ASU basketball plays Santa Clara in Las Vegas. College football, ASU hosts UCF tomorrow. The Wildcats have a bye. The Buccaneers donated $10,000 to the family of a teenage fan from Oklahoma who was killed in a car crash Saturday in Kansas following Monday night in Kansas City. I'm Seth Everett.
Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday
Sounds
cards
good, the
and
Jed
photo
Fish.
gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on only offer ends 11/16. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at WrightToyota.com.
You know, number one, we're going to have to handle the elements. That's the first thing we're going to have to do, right? There's going to be 110,000 people there. It's their whiteout. So we know that we've got to, this will be the largest crowd any person on our team has ever played in front of.
You guys are hot.
So that's unique, right? This in the Pac-12, you haven't played at Michigan, Ohio State, or the SEC schools or Penn State that have that 100,000 person crowd.
That's Washington head coach Jed Fish, formerly of Arizona, if you recall, about playing at Penn State tomorrow night in the big whiteout. Thanks to Sirius XM College Sports Radio for that clip. As I was just looking at some stuff regarding the Pac-12. Washington, formerly, they are still shopping their media rights. They're trying to get out there. The NCAA has imposed a July 1st, 2026 deadline for the Pac-12 to add at least one all-sports school. And, a lot of people said Sacramento State was going to be that. However, they're not going to be ready. So, right now it looks as though UNLV, Nevada, Memphis, and Tulane they're it's 4 schools that they are targeting.
Right.
But no one's really talking about it yet. But that's kind of what they're looking at. I didn't realize, like for Sacramento State, to jump from FCS to FBS, the application fee. How much do you think the application fee has jumped? It has jumped in the most recent year.
I'll say $1.5 million, $2 million.
Okay, Jax, what do you think it is?
$5 million.
Okay, it was $5,000.
Okay,
now it's $5 million.
Whoa,
Yep,
man.
And they also, with that leap, you have to fund a minimum of 210 scholarships per year. That's another $6 million in annual expenses, and not to mention the facility improvements. Sac State's working on that right now. I just thought that was kind of interesting stuff to pass along. But what really makes college football great is we love game day, right? But if you haven't heard about Tim Beck is the head coach at Coastal Carolina. They stormed the field yesterday as they beat Appalachian State. Well, the other day he did a SportsCenter hit as Matt Berry and Dan Mullen, the former Florida coach. Florida coach. Matt Berry, of course, went to ASU and a host of ESPN. They did kind of a tailgate party, and Tim Beck was one of their guests, and they were talking about the local food and things like that. And then also the fans started, shouting out encouragement to chug a beer. And the 3 guys grabbed their beers. They did a quick toast. And this is what happened.
All right, we're going to finish it off with a Crazy Sister beer.
Do we got to rinse it down with a blonde
Yeah,
ale?
you have to. Sorry about that. We're out of water.
This is
you know what? I can hear the boss's mouth. You know what? You guys, I'll be the adult.
To all the parrot heads out in the world. This one's for Jim. All right,
It is time. 1, 2, go. I went to Arizona State. I don't need to prove anything. If I do, coach. There you go.
If you get a chance to watch it, what's so funny about it is Dan Mullen takes a sip. Matt Berry doesn't take a sip, but he says he goes to ASU. He went to ASU. He has nothing to prove. Whatever, dude. You could at least chug, but I know you're on TV.
It's a public school at ASU.
Meg's still chugging. He's kind of like doing his, Jason Kelsey type impersonation. But this coach is 58 years old. After he finished it, he smashed the can against his forehead. It's just so cool. This guy. He has had stops at Nebraska, Ohio State, Texas, North Carolina State. He just took over the Coastal Carolina program last year. He has become an instant fan favorite. He is a guy that is going to turn this program around, and he'll be there. This may be his last year.
Well,
that's how it works.
2-3
years at one of these smaller schools, you win there, you go to a couple bowl games, boom, you're getting a big time.
I think what I love about that is when you're as a head coach, there's so many coachisms and guys that are just kind of stuffy, but you endear yourself to the fans like that. They buy into that. They love that.
Well, look at Coach Dillingham.
Yes, Kenny.
2 weeks ago, right? He's out there in the middle of the field
doing his
loving
thing.
it.
And the other thing they like too, even though Kenny he caught himself talking about the kicker.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's you get too caught up. You're emotional, but you know what? You can appreciate it because fans go, look, he wears his heart on his sleeve sometimes. Probably shouldn't have said that, but they can appreciate he walked it back. He apologized. But they love that with these young coaches, the enthusiasm that they have. And I think that the student body more than anybody buys into that. And if you can win, they'll buy into it even more.
All right, the 5 big games. Number 3, Georgia at number 16, Ole Miss. The Bulldogs have won 11 of their last 12 meetings with the Rebels, including last year, 52-17 in Athens. Carson's back. Of course, he is throwing a lot of interceptions, which you guys just talked about. And darts, he's doing pretty good. He had 6 touchdowns last week.
Yeah. He's been prone to throw some picks as well, too, at the opportunistic time. I think that you got Lane Kiffin can help him out a little bit in this game. They've got to start out fast if they got any chance of winning this football game.
Number 11, Alabama at number 15, LSU. The Crimson Tide are 29-10-2 all time at Tiger Stadium, 3-1 against Brian Kelly at LSU. The last time Kelly had a win there was, a long time ago.
Well, again, there's another guy, Brian Kelly. Can you win the big one when you have to? Everybody's like, okay, you got this talent, you got all these people. Last year, Jane Daniels, that whole group is gone. Can you step up? Because both these teams are must-win situations. That's why this one's going to go down the wire. I can see this game going into overtime.
BYU at Utah, the Holy War. They'll be played in Salt Lake City tomorrow night. It's been a disappointing season for Utah. They're at 500. Of course, undefeated BYU was number 9 in this week's college football playoff ranking. It's supposed to be cold weather, mid-30s. Kickoff, I believe, is 8:15 local. This should be a lot of fun to watch this game.
I think BYU, quite frankly, I don't think it's going to be that close at all. I think BYU goes in there. Utah really struggling. And where do they go? Like a half-hour ride, basically to go to Utah. I just think the BYU is just way too strong for this Utah team.
2 more of our Big 5. Number 17, Iowa State at Kansas. The Big 12, I believe you would probably agree with this, feels a little bit disrespected after only seeing one team in the top 16 in the CFP rankings.
Yeah. If it's interesting, if K-State doesn't lose, Iowa State doesn't lose.
That changes everything.
That changes everything.
And then finally, number 25, Army at North Texas. The Black Knights are one of 5 remaining FBS unbeatens. And they're outscoring their opponents by over 26 points a game.
Yeah, they are. I know their quarterback is dinged up, but again, it's tough to get ready for that triple option when you'll have 1 week to prepare, and they've been going up and down the field. But, I would say Army continues on.
All right, upset alert.
All right, what do you got?
Michigan.
Really?
I
you don't think Indiana's the real deal, huh?
You're going to go against Indiana again?
Rock. Where's Michigan? Well, here's the thing about Indiana. They can score, but who they've been scoring
Indiana's
against.
kind of looking ahead to Ohio State next week.
No.
Because everybody keeps saying, if you got to get by Ohio
This
State.
coach keeps them focused. His whole thing is not that one game at a time. He's like, look, everybody, talk about a chip on his shoulder. I mean, the way he talks, it's more like a boulder on his shoulder. But I mean, he just really, I think that Michigan just doesn't have the offense. Yeah, it's that real test for Indiana. I think Indiana, not that they blow the doors off. It'll be a good game, but I like Indiana.
Hey, they're blowing teams out, okay?
Yeah.
But they're 2 wins against 2 teams that are, Power 4 or what? Washington, which are 5-4, Nebraska, which is 5.
Okay,
it's not their fault though.
But they're playing
schedule. But we're talking about a matchup.
Well, okay, I'll give you this. Is it their true first test? I mean, when you talk about Michigan,
I just think you got if you got balls, it's an upset alert. I mean, I'm just taking a chance. If I lose, I lose. I don't give a what. I'm just saying you see these teams where you get knocked off. It's not like they've been there before.
1 minute
when you're averaging 40-some points per game, taking on Michigan, who's got much better defense.
Their offense sucks.
That's the whole thing. I was just going to say their offense can't get off the schneid.
I don't know why I'm rooting for Michigan here. I just want to see Indiana.
It's good therapy for you, Ohio State. Ohio State partner there.
I mean, it's what do they got? Michigan, Ohio State, and then they finish with Purdue.
Yes,
Purdue's had their number as of late, but.
Purdue's
I don't know. That's why you play the games. I mean, it's a 14.5 point spread. At least that's what it was this morning.
If Michigan scores early and can hold serve, then they might have a chance. But I just think the Indiana's offense is just too much for this Michigan team.
Coming up, we're going to catch up with the play-by-play voice of number 1 ranked Oregon. Yes, Jerry Allen, the voice of the Ducks. He is going to join us next. We are coming to you live. It's a Friday from Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Wright Toyota here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
This is
Claire
on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
ASU hockey visits Colorado College for a 2-game set beginning tonight and concluding tomorrow. Fox Sports 910 beginning at 6:30. The Cardinals win Sunday when they host Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. Tomorrow in college, ASU home playing UCF. The Sun Devils 6-2 overall. Arizona Wildcats enter the bye week at 3-6. NBA, the Suns visit the Mavericks tonight. Phoenix has won 6 straight. College hoops, ASU plays Santa Clara in Las Vegas. And GCU hosts Western Kentucky. I'm Seth Everett on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Another cool night's forecast low drops to 47 degrees. As we go into our weekend, though, we are looking at a warming trend. Not hot, but warmer than it has been. 76 degrees for a high on Saturday afternoon, with plenty of sunshine and winds light. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Shop early, save big all month long during Black Friday buildup at Lowe's. Get a free Select tool when you buy a Select battery or combo kit, because Lowe's knows deals. Valid 11/7 through 11/20. Selection varies by location while supplies last.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me, free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Craving tacos? There's one spot in town that everyone can't stop talking about. The Taco Spot. With mouth-watering authentic Mexican flavors and a modern twist, it's no wonder we're the local favorite.
The Taco Spot has the best tacos I've ever had.
With 12 locations and more on the way, satisfying your cravings has never been easier. Come and experience the tacos to talk about. Enjoy handmade tortillas and fresh made-to-order meals that will leave your taste buds dancing. The Taco Spot, where every bite is a fiesta.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do, but not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction, like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Looking for the ultimate game day hangout? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint, Chandler's go-to sports bar. With over 30 big screens, you won't miss a single play of any game. Plus, we've just launched our all-new fall menu, packed with mouth-watering bites and exciting drink specials. We've got everything you need for the perfect game day experience. Bring your crew to BKD's Backyard Joint, located at 980 East Pecos Road in Chandler. That's BKD's Backyard Joint. Your backyard, your team, your bar. BKD'sBackyard.com.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Got Jerry on the phone.
Febreze, la 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 la. I was a 10-year-old boy holding the flashlight for my dad while he worked on an air conditioner for a customer. His name was Duncan Goodrich. He didn't talk much, but there's a certain...
And then I'm coming back normal and then playing the Jerry Allen rejoin that Jack's got me.
And Dad talked to me while he worked. He said, when a person needs help, you respond right away, not when it's convenient for you. He said, always do the right thing. Always do what's right. And he said, the Get-A-Lion horse is a magnificent machine. Nothing else even comes close. That was the first night I held the flashlight for my dad, but it wouldn't be the last. At Dad's funeral, I realized that every time he handed me that flashlight, he was passing the torch. And my dad believed in Gettle air conditioners, so I bought the company. Gettle, G-O-E-T-T-L. We'll keep you cool, but it's hard to spell. You can count on us to respond right away and do the right thing always. No one knows air conditioning and plumbing like Gettle.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Capital One.
NWSL playoffs kick off tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video, with the top seed Orlando Pride hosting the number 8 Chicago Red Stars in the first quarterfinal of the weekend. The Pride, winners of the NWSL Shield for the best regular season record, would love to give legendary striker Marta her first NWSL championship in what could be her final season with Orlando. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
As a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network, Capital One wants to help you hear more about today's top female athletes and keep more money in your wallet with no fees or minimums on checking accounts. Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA member FDIC.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Motion's in, you're thinking man with that type of movement.
Whittington still moving.
You guys are hot.
Gonna run with it. Gabriel, straight up the middle, touchdown. Dylan Gabriel. 23 yards for the score on the ground.
Yeah, we're going to see him on Sundays. I think it's pretty safe to say, courtesy of CBS. Joining us now on the Right to It Guest Line here on Fox Sports 910, the longtime voice of the Oregon Ducks, the number one Oregon Ducks. Jerry Allen joins us here on Roc and Manuch. How you doing, Jerry? What's going on?
Hey, guys, I'm doing good. We're in sunshine, blue skies. It feels like the start of summer here. What's going on, huh?
Oh, I love that. Love that. Hey, I got to tell you, I'm a Fiesta Bowl Yellow Jacket for the last 25 years, and a couple weeks ago we decided to go to that game you had against Ohio State, and there were about 50 of us, and we had an unbelievable time. I mean, what a game that was. I just got to tell you, the fans there are unbelievable, how nice they were to everybody, how despicable, the whole 9 yards. The next time, Jerry, I come up there, all I ask is there any shortcut to get out of Eugene to get to Portland? Because it was a good 3.5 hour drive to get out of there, because it was crazy.
Yeah, actually there is, if you can get your helicopter license, we'll let you land.
But it's so cool going to the game, everybody driving, we were in Portland, and then everybody coming back. What an atmosphere. That is college football at its finest, isn't it? That type of crowd that you guys have.
Yeah, it really is. What's amazing about it is that it's a 60,000 seat stadium. And so you're not talking about like the big house, 110,000 people. And you think, okay, there'll be a lot of people there and the parking lots will be full and they'll party and have a good time. And you get inside and it'll be loud, but not that loud. From people driving in until the game starts, until you try to drive out, it is an absolute perfect party. It really is. They know how to do it, and they really enjoy it. And they haven't had a team at number one a lot, so they're really enjoying where they are right now.
And by far, being in this business and Manuch playing at Kansas State, it is the loudest stadium in college football, hands down. There is nothing louder. And you would probably agree, right? You've been everywhere.
Yeah, well, to us it is, and a lot of it is that great big overhang on the main side of the seating bowl. The sound reflects up off of that big overhanging roof, and then comes right back down into the bowl, and so that contributes to it. But fans they just enjoy the opportunity to let their voices be heard. It's always been a loud stadium, but when you're playing good football, they know how to turn it up a notch.
So, Jerry, you look at this team. You guys are 6-0 in the Big Ten play. A lot of folks realize you've played a lot of Big Ten games, but Roc alluded to the very first that game against Ohio State. You dodge a bullet against Idaho. You have a hell of a game against Boise State. Then all of a sudden, this team seemed to catch some traction, scoring over 40-plus games on average the last 4 or 5 games. What clicked? What changed? Was it Dylan Gabriel getting on track? In your mind, what was it that kind of got them off the schneid?
Well, I think with the transfer portal, I think you're seeing a lot of teams, even the teams that are in the top 10 or top 5 right now, early season weren't the teams they are now, because it takes a while when you play real games, not practice games, real games, for guys to get that communication and that automatic, I know where you are, brother, you got my back, I got yours. And I think in the first couple of ball games, Oregon went through that, trying to adjust. They were adjusting to somewhat of a new offensive line. Iapande Alulu was snapping. Charlie Pickard was snapping. They were kind of sharing that duty. The offensive line hadn't gelled yet. They weren't communicating the way they needed to. I think when they settled into Alulu as the center, and then everybody else got into position, and they pretty much stayed with that starting lineup in the offensive line while rotating some guys in. I think that was the key. The offensive line allowed this team to start operating.
And on top of that, Dylan Gabriel, I looked at his numbers last night. I knew he was good, Jerry, but 75% completion percentage. He's got the 19 dingers, only the 5 picks. But the thing that stands out with your receiving core in this passing game, he's averaging close to 10 yards per completion. You guys are getting the ball down the field on a regular basis.
Well, we're going to miss Tez Johnson, who was a big part of that. They won't have Tez, but Trayshawn Holden stepped up. And the other guy's Justice Lowe, who wasn't getting a lot of playing time, a little bit here and there, didn't play much at all last year, but he's kept at it. He's kept practicing. He's kept waiting for his turn. And now he has become a guy that Dylan Gabriel trusts. So he's got trust in Evan Stewart, who transferred to Texas A&M, from Justice Lowe, who is the new guy that has earned that opportunity, and Trayshawn Holden. And then you throw in the tight end group, Terrence Ferguson and Pat Herbert and Kenyon Sadiq, who is just a young guy that's just a specimen. He's an athlete. And Dylan has people he trusts now. Plus, the other thing he does is he has a calmness about him.
3 minutes.
Once that ball is snapped, you don't see the happy feet. You don't see him worrying about what he's going to do. He feels the pocket. He feels the presence. And if he doesn't have somebody open, he'll check down or he'll throw that ball away. So he's got weapons that he now knows and trusts. Even though they're missing Tez Johnson, which was huge, he still has too many other guys that can make things happen.
Longtime voice of the Ducks, Jerry Allen, joining us. I know you didn't see Norm Van Brocklin play or maybe Dan Fouts, but you have seen Joey Harrington and Justin Herbert and Marcus Mariota. Where are you putting Gabriel in on that list? Is it too early to put him on that list? We have to wait till the season's over?
You know, you like to wait till the season ends, see if he can get that national championship, maybe win a Heisman. Right now, it's tough not to put him ahead of a guy like Marcus Mariota, who was, in my mind, still the best. He was special. I think Bo Nix last year, the last couple of years, certainly last
2 minutes,
was very much like Dylan Gabriel. When Bo left, we're like, okay, now what do we do? How do you replace a guy like Bo Nix? And then Dylan Gabriel steps in, and it's like you never missed a beat. Joey Harrington was special. I got to watch Chris Miller play. Of course, went on to play in the NFL. Watch Fouts play. Oregon has been a school that has a lot of quarterbacks that have come through and done very, very well. So when you look at Dylan, I'm going to put him in the top 3 right now with a chance to move right up and share that spot with Marcus Mariota.
Hey, Jerry, this is Jax. I find myself every week watching the social video that you guys put out there at Oregon, and it always is so unique to see Dan Lanning's pregame speeches or what kind of speeches he has at the beginning of the week. This last week, I'm sure you saw with the whole gladiator thumbs down thing and calling a timeout against Michigan just to see the fans leave the stadium. Talk to us. What's he like as a person when you meet to him week to week, and how is him, I guess, transformed?
1 minute. 1 minute.
Well, he is a special person. He thinks in terms differently than any of us do. He sees both sides of the ball. When I watch him in practice, he just doesn't miss anything. He's a very detailed coach, and he's able to get across to his players and to his staff exactly what he sees, exactly what he sees wrong, and exactly how he wants things done. And they've formed this chemistry as a staff and now the team, and they're all playing at the same level and coaching at the same level. Dan Lanning is the leader of that. He's, I've had some great coaches here, the Mike Bellatti's, Chip Kelly's, Rich Brooks. I mean, even there's a guy I think at Miami right now that, recruited pretty doggone well here. But Dan Lanning, in my mind, is the best coach that I've been able to work with. He just seems different. He understands how to motivate. He understands how to communicate with young people, and he understands what he needs to do and say for them to believe in him. It's different than I've ever been around.
Jerry, I saw those about 2 weeks ago. ESPN did a thing on him, how many clocks he has go off in the morning. Did you lend him one of your digital clocks about 3 weeks ago? He's got 8 of them. How does that work?
I was surprised when I heard that. I thought this is the guy that probably goes to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning and automatically wakes up at 4, can't go back to sleep until he goes to work. So I was really surprised when I heard that he had so many alarms.
Jerry, we know Arizona State or Arizona's not playing Oregon this week, but we thank you for taking a few minutes. We really want to catch up with you. And I personally want to just thank you, that fan base, for the hospitality they gave us, the Fiesta Bowl a few weeks ago. Was just amazing. And what a spectacle that was, seeing everybody, get on that field and everything else. But next year, though, I'm coming back up, and I'm going to hit you up for that helicopter pad. All right,
That's right.
That was
okay.
fun,
Right.
so.
You make sure you get upstairs to see me. I'd love to see it. I'll just tell you this, and I'll be very honest. When Oregon fans talk about going to a bowl game, I know the Rose Bowl was the Pac-12, and it was the big granddaddy bowl, but the bowl game that Oregon always wanted to go to was the Fiesta Bowl, because we got treated so unbelievably well at the Fiesta Bowl. Thank you, and congratulations to what you built there. It is the best.
Appreciate that. Very kind words, Jerry. Thank you. That's Jerry Allen. He is the voice of the Ducks. Appreciate him taking some time with us today here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910. Coming up, we will have our Learner in Row one call. That's all. We're going to take you back to yesterday, where I got a very interesting email or text that I'm going to read to you, and it has to do with what happened on Tuesday night. It's Roc, it's Manuch, it's Fox Sports 910.
Clear. Your standard amount of bucks, not cut it. Time to line your pockets with bonus bucks.
Fat stacks of cash.
Be listening every weekday for your chance to win $1,000.
Oh my God.
Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
US 60 eastbound near Sossaman Road. We've got an accident off right. We also have an accident State Route 51 northbound near Highland. Right lane is blocked there. 17 northbound. This is north of Anthem Way. Accident off left.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage has amazing deals on everything you need to refresh your wardrobe and home for fall. Get low prices every day on unique finds at Macy's Backstage today. Find a location near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com. That's venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Ragle. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Don't miss the fall savings sale at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. This November 8th through the 11th, get 20% off all demo and used clubs from all the top brands. This is your chance to get that demo or used driver, iron, wedge, or putter 20% off this November 8th through the 11th. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
If you haven't tried G2G protein bars, today is the day. Find them in your local Costco's refrigerated section or online at g2gbar.com. Incredible taste and packed with protein. They are perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle. Check them out today.
Looking for the ultimate hangout? Welcome to the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo, where epic sports, stunning cars, and ice-cold drinks meet fabulous food and specialty cocktails. It's the spot for everyone. Guys love our 34K TVs, 16-foot video wall, and killer happy hour specials, while the ladies indulge in high-end decor and amazing cuisine. Join us for our thrilling nights. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Mondays, Coach Dillingham on Wednesdays. And
Am I coming back right into Lerner and Rowe?
Creek Road in Chandler, the Trophy Bar, where the spoils go to the victors.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player.
Am I coming back right into Lerner and Rowe?
To get $150 in bonus bets and see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Terms and conditions apply.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Hey, I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a
All right, coming back with the Toyota Liner and Lerner and Rowe one call.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Okay, sounds good.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota,
you guys are hot.
77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Thanks to Jerry Allen for joining us, the voice of the Ducks. It's hard to believe, you talk about Dan Lanning, that he spent some time at Arizona State. He was a GA. Coach in 2012 and 2013, he was doing recruiting. So then he went to Sam Houston State and then Alabama, Memphis, Georgia, and now at Oregon. And he's doing a hell of a
phenomenal job there in Oregon.
It does help when you get handed a dump truck of money.
Well, sure. And
just let's go.
Nike chairman or former chairman Phil Knight leading the charge on the board up there.
So our Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all, is something that I did yesterday. A friend of mine sent me a text, and I read the text, and it had to do. It came right after President Trump winning again, and I read it on the air. And this is kind of like or sports and politics do play hand in hand. So I thought we would play it again. This isn't a knock on either side, but I think it's fair for us to play this again, right? You guys aren't offended?
No, not at all.
Would Jimmy B be offended if I play it
No,
again?
I think he's moved on.
He's moved on. Good.
He's had his one shot at tequila. He's good.
He's good?
Yeah.
All right. So here is our Lerner Rowe one call. That's all. Politics and sports go hand in hand, so I thought this may be appropriate when I got this email today. So someone just sent this to me. I don't know who it was. He said, I have to get something off my chest, America. I get it. You've hated him for years, and now you still hate him now. I've seen a lot of hate thrown his way, but this guy is a consistent winner and an overachiever. Call it jealousy, call it envy. Some people just can't handle how successful he is and how much money he has, and could even be jealous because he is great at what he does. That's what people who support him love about him. Yes, there have been some scandals. There's been some lies. Maybe a few times he's twisted the truth to make himself look better. He's out there every day, proving those haters wrong time, wrong after wrong time. You may not have wanted him, but he's there now, and there's nothing you can do about it, or I can do about it. Like him or not, Kirk Cousins is turning things around for the Atlanta Falcons football team.
I knew it had to be something.
I knew that was coming. I didn't know it was going to be Kirk Cousins, but I knew something was coming. That was great.
Kirk Cousins is on fire.
He is on fire.
And I know all my left friends were pissed off right there. My right friends were really excited, where they thought that may have gone, but I got that this morning. I got caught and I'm reading it. I'm like, oh, man, it's all about Trump, right? And then all of a sudden, Kirk Cousins. I was like, classic. One of the betters. The better.
We thought you were rubbing salt in that wound.
And I took the high road, and I had to talk to other people to take the high road that have done the same, especially on social media. I think I may have posted a couple things. Congratulations, nothing crazy.
Sure.
But I
Rock's
trying
really
to take the high road because it could have gone the other way.
Yeah, you were taking that deep dive.
Just like I'll never forget the conversation that I had with somebody that works for Miller Coors, and the whole Bud Light thing hit.
Oh, yes,
and
yeah.
He told me this guy's a C-level, and he said I wouldn't want that on anybody.
No,
because that changed their business for Anheuser-Busch because of the Bud Light deal. And to that, it made sense. It's like why pound your chest? Let's get to work and let the results.
Let's move on. Yeah, let's move on from that.
Show everybody what's going on. Anyway, Interact, need a check, make one call. Lerner and Rowe, 602-977-190. All right, what's on tap, which is poured by the Roc and Manuch Amber, which is brewed by Dos Equis. And the Dos Equis Game Day show tomorrow, which is at the Scottsdale Phillies. So it'll be Jax and Ben Garcia. They'll be hosting the show from 11 to 1 right after Backspin, the golf show. Tonight, you have 5:30, it's Suns at Mavs. Tomorrow, or also at 6 o'clock, Arizona State at Santa Clara in basketball. It's on the Flow Sports. I don't know what that is. It's a streaming service.
Okay.
That's the only way you can watch it. By the way, it's Santa Clara is coached by Herb Sende.
That's right.
Remember Herb?
I
remember we had him on the show all the time, and he ordered a pizza one day when we had him on.
And we had him on when you broke a chair one time too, Rock.
Yeah, I fell. Yeah, I remember that. Tomorrow, Old Dominion. Yeah, they're playing. They're playing before the Zach Brown band at the rodeo at Chase Field, but the school is actually playing down in Tucson, and that is on ESPN Plus, 2 o'clock. UCF, Arizona State on Frank Cloche Field, ESPN2 at 5. And then on Sunday, Jets Cards, 2:25 on CBS. Arizona State at Gonzaga. Oh, let's keep our finger crossed on that one. That's at 3 o'clock. That's on ESPN Plus. And then Kings and Suns on AZ Family at 6.
Guys, State 40, if you get your call question of the day, just go to @Roc and Manuch and vote. Got a double shot, as Rock likes to call it. Who is your NFL MVP today?
Lamar.
Is it Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Josh Allen, or other? Currently, Lamar Jackson at 50%, followed by Jaden Daniels at 25%, and Josh Allen 25%, 0% for other. What will be the key for the Cardinals to beat the Jets? Is it pressure on Rodgers, Connor 100 yards plus rushing, scoring in the red zone, or protecting Kyler Murray? Currently the lead, protecting Kyler Murray 50%, followed by Connor 100-plus rushing yards at 33.3%.
Hey, some great golf out there. The Charles Schwab Cup, of course, is going on all weekend at Phoenix Country Club. Of course, Phoenix Raceway is hosting NASCAR. Very, very busy weekend. So we'll have a lot to talk about on Monday as we'll be at the Trophy Bar in Chandler. So make it a great weekend, and we will see you back here on Fox Sports 910, 1 o'clock sharp on Monday.